Session 3 of Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen.
Putting my sack.
We're throwing dice on the floor to start our session.
And everybody's here, actually.
And we have
Woo,
the whole
look at that. We have the
crew
whole
here.
gang here.
So before we do our recap, we will do a very quick, this does not need to be as detailed as last time, reintroduction of players and the character that they are playing in our campaign. So we'll start on the end with Lauren and go right around the horn.
I have to do this because we're sharing a microphone tonight. Hi, I'm Lauren. I play Eliwick Waywacket, the forest gnome monk. She has a badger named Martha. It's great.
Yeah.
Hey. I'm Ben. I'm playing Kogan Usan. He is a paladin dwarf, and guess I got a funeral to attend to again.
Oh, no. Don't make me cry already. Hi, I'm Crystal. I play Adria Moon Whisperer, a wood elf ranger, and I'm a little sad.
Hello, name's James. I play Jet, our lunar sorcerer, who was
Not here last week.
fighting off random people in his own little neck of the
You
woods.
were around.
And
We saw the firebolts.
Yeah, it's not pretty, folks.
Hi, I'm Jess. I play Jezebel Raquette. I am the human druid, and I am panicking over the fact of where is my grandmother?
And I'm Evan. I'm playing Blanche, a grizzled and retired minotaur who is probably carrying a lot of dead bodies back to town.
Hey, Mark,
And
did you
behind
realize
the
this
camera,
is upside
we have
down?
our lovely
matter.
operator, Kyle. The
Who's going to monitor the chat? You are?
Woo!
All right. And I'm
you
Mark.
did?
I'm the DM for this campaign.
Hi, Mark. Sounds like we're in an AA meeting here.
I mean, there was some emotional trauma.
Speaking of emotional trauma, why don't we recap? Who would like to offer insights on the recap of events from last week?
everybody died.
That's not true.
That's,
Quite a few people died.
yeah. A lot of the militia that had actually got killed in the fight rather than the villagers for unknown reasons. And I think Cudgel's really, really pedo.
That's what it looked like from the stream from last week.
So during the Kingfisher Festival, there's traditionally a historic reenactment that became a little too real when members of the Ironclad Mercenary Company turned on the townsfolk
Depending on which one you choose.
and threw dice at them as they slaughtered them brutally.
Okay, what just happened?
Many of
That-
the background
We
characters
didn't
we
touch
know and
anything.
love
It just
have
came
perished.
down.
Help me, I've fallen and I can't get up.
And we were able to stop one of the lieutenants
onto
of the
the base.
company.
I have to
While one of the others, Jaev, is still at large.
It wasn't screwed on.
That's about all the action that happened. We had a nice fishing
It just went
competition
flop.
as well.
It literally,
Did
no
not
one
win.
touched it. And,
All around a great time.
Thanks.
and I'm like,
Speech privileges.
Meanwhile,
and I'm
session
like
is
dying
starting
over
off
here
really
because
well
it was
for
just the help I've fallen. I can't get up part. And I work,
Technical difficulties. That's just how life is sometimes.
I work in.
All right,
I work in.
where
a
were we
nursing
at in the
home, so-
recap?
Evan's done.
Sorry.
What happened?
Everything. Evan's done.
No.
Great session, guys.
Not everyone died.
Crispin came back to
Call
life.
undead.
And
That
How
would
about
be
if we
creepy.
how about if we start at the beginning? You guys went and you met with someone, right?
Lady Becklin.
Yeah, you went and met with Lady Becklin,
There
and
we go.
she gave you something pretty important.
Green Shield.
Yeah. So we have one.
Yeah,
one
I
of,
have. I actually have Green Shield.
Right.
Yippee.
So we've got we are now the people who wield the famous green shield.
Well, that person.
That's right.
I guess I'm famous now.
You are.
Woo.
Not gonna lie, I had a whole scenario planned out at home when I was watching the scene. It's like, oh, I would have done this, and all of a sudden, it's like when I watched the actual stuff happen, I'm like, never mind, that would not have worked.
You should have been there.
I
So
was gonna make myself look like I blew up by a caterpillar.
and then we went and we enjoyed the Kingfisher Festival, and
You guys suck at fishing, by the way.
I don't.
Yes.
Yeah. Look, no one sucks. The mayor is just really good at it.
The mayor has been there her whole entire life.
You know, I came in 3rd place.
Yeah, you did fine.
Yeah,
you
we
got
did pretty
You got
good.
a treasure of some kind, right?
Yeah, you
Do
got
I
a
get?
Not
No,
mine.
I don't.
participation trophy.
Yeah, that's basically what we got.
You got like a trophy, didn't you?
The little fishy.
It's a really awesome
First of all.
carved kingfisher trophy. for
Little mini.
participation.
Yeah,
It's a participation.
absolutely.
I do remember someone's getting a fishbone figurine made of a badger, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, if the artist is still alive,
We're not that far yet. We don't
I know
know.
that.
Jury's still out.
So
Oh boy.
yeah, so then
Oh,
after
God.
that we enjoyed some performances and we made
Nice time.
yeah, and
It
we
was
made
nice.
we made our way up to the reenactment, and there was a lot of excitement. There was a lot of buzz. People were feeling pretty good about it, and
Some people were buzzed.
yeah, absolutely.
It would have been great if a certain noble person was in that battlefield. Not gonna say names or anything. I didn't
So
say a name.
so
The younger.
and then the reenactment began, and that is when the tables
Shit got real.
Tables
Yep.
turned,
Shit went south.
and
real
we
quick.
I like how she put it better.
very quickly realized that the members of the Ironclad Regiment that were taking part in the reenactment were not using padded spears,
They were very much real steel.
Blood everywhere.
and so
Screams.
a lot
Terrible
of
screams.
and something that was supposed to be a reenactment turned into a fight for people's lives, and yeah.
Hold on, baby goat. Baby goat break.
Yeah, we got to take a break because it's starting to. This is your.
From our sponsors.
Yep.
A word from our sponsor.
Yeah, this is your. Yeah, this is your awe moment
He's
before
so
your "how dare you"
adorable,
moment.
though. Look at him.
The how dare you happened last week.
Look at him. Look at him. He looks so happy to see us.
Look at his chops right now.
You're like, I could live here.
He's hungry.
Bucky.
You gotta take care of the is it Bucky or
It's
Bucket?
I mean, it's Bucket, but I'm calling him Bucky.
Oh, Bucky is. Aw, that's a cute. Yeah, it's a cute name.
Bucket.
Our sponsor has to take care of the goat mascot.
So the battle raged, and we survived the first wave, and then we faced off against our heroes. Faced off against one of the lieutenants,
Whoop, whoop.
and
I one-shotted him.
survived.
Yeah, I got 2 for 1.
Yep, survived that
Twofer.
battle, and so the dust settled, the smoke cleared, the remainder of the mercenaries ran off, and our adventurers surveyed the aftermath.
Oh,
And very tragically lost friends in the battle. We lost Letha Stars from the Sovereign Stone Rites, a friend of Kogan's. And we lost Paul Stamrick, yeah.
You don't have to say anything about
Yeah, it was painful. It was painful. And we don't know about the fates of some others.
Watch, Granny Rockette actually got a few of the mercenaries to smoke with her.
Also, Kogan on the battlefield used connection to reorcs to heal some of the wounded, and they were astonished and in awe and had questions and were profoundly grateful. And then I think somebody else did some healing as well. Yep. So that's right. So the mayor and Becklin have tried to encourage us to help get everybody back to town safely. And I believe they also drug off a surviving mercenary member, bound him, and took him back to town.
I'm pretty sure Cudgel is still looking for the other surviving members.
Cudgel is still with everybody for the time being. So, I guess I will offer one last chance to do anything you want at the battlefield before we head back to town.
Do you want to search the lieutenant, the ogre?
I'm going to go searching for Jasper and the other kids
I think
that were there. That
we
were
already
gonna
searched him.
Yeah, I think we did, and we couldn't find anything. That he was just not holding any information about.
Just
I mean,
looking at the bodies and looking at who we fought, thinking back to that. Did they have any sort of symbolism on them?
Any what?
Any sort of symbolism on them? Anything like that? That was
Just the insignias of the Ironclad Regiment.
okay. Nothing else was visible. No other symbols.
We got also find Jet here.
Yeah,
He's
you guys
the-
still have to find me too.
I mean, if you want to specifically investigate certain bodies, you can do that. Otherwise,
Yeah, I looked
the
on
cursory
the lieutenant.
glance is they all look like Ironclad Regiment members.
Yeah.
Blanche has pried off the insignia from Dragonus' armor as a sort of dark memento of this event.
I will make an investigation check just for any other symbolism,
Sure,
familiar or not.
sure.
What kind of check am I doing? Investigation check?
Investigate.
Don't throw it on the floor.
Never mind. That's a 10.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, you see some of the Ironclad Regiment insignias and things like that, but no other things. Anyone else have anything else they want to do on the battlefield?
We gotta find Jet.
I'm running around in a panic because we haven't seen Jet since before we
Everything.
tried to escape
Oh yeah,
during the
yeah,
enactment. You got dragged out there but separated from the rest of us. So looking
Yeah.
for that, but then my
yeah. You
first
find
hormone
you
is
find them.
Yeah,
He's
we're
hard to
gonna
miss.
now.
His glasses are
I'm
broken.
actually covered in blood.
It's like, cool, you're alive. I don't care anymore. I'm looking for my grandmother.
Okay.
First
I'm
and
looking
foremost,
for
I'm out. I'm like,
Jasper.
that is my number one focus.
So are you searching the battlefield for Granny Rockette, or are you?
I feel bad. I'm gonna double check before I head.
Okay, sure. Do you know what? I mean, you just tell me how long you're gonna look, or are you? I mean, if you're willing to look until everybody leaves, then she's not there.
Probably not that long.
Okay.
What about Tarbin Crowgrave? Was he amongst the bodies, or did
Yeah,
I
it's
ever see him alive?
I mean, no,
You're alive. Good job.
no. I mean, you are not 100% sure he even attended.
All right.
So
He might have been working at the.
Well, then I'll help bring the bodies back specifically.
yeah, so the mayor has sort of there was a wagon that had brought some people from town up to the hill, and it's kind of getting repurposed to bring back.
I'll let let the mayor know that I'd be more than willing to help. If there's going to be a mass funeral for these people or individual ones,
Sure.
that I'd be willing to help
Sure
out.
that you
Yep.
cannot be heard on the stream.
Oh, yeah. Letting the mayor know that I'd be willing to help out with if this is going to be a mass funeral or if it'd be individual funerals. So I'd like to preside over Lutha's funeral.
Sure.
Do I find him amongst the living?
Who?
Jasper and the kids.
I mean, you're looking for a bunch of people, so you can roll perception for me.
A 20.
Yeah. You find 2 of the kids have not left yet. They're there. And so if you ask them, they will tell you that Jasper has already left with some of the other kids. And these are like older kids, so they're trying to help get wounded and things like that.
I pretty much clasped them both on the shoulders. Like, thank you.
Yep. Okay. Anything else we want to do at the battlefield?
I said my piece last week, so.
Okay.
Pretty much helping with the bodies.
Yep.
for
So
the
yeah,
most
you
part.
guys can absolutely help with your friends getting their bodies situated so that they can be brought back, and Becklin is kind of trying to convince you guys, hey, you know, we need to make sure that everybody gets back safely. So once we get to the point of moving everything and getting out of here, you need to make sure that you help protect these people so they can get back to Vogler safely.
Mm-hmm.
Please. Okay. So we'll migrate our way back.
I need a clean set of clothes.
Just gotta go to the dry cleaner.
So once we get back to town,
The red stains didn't come out as well.
Mayor Raven, Cudgel, and Becklin they kind of all ask you guys to meet up at the Brass Crab. There are Darrett, Highwater, and some other villagers are trying to make sure that, you know, the wounded have someone to help them move around. There are some other villagers that are helping tend the deceased. And there are a number of other villagers that are kind of bewildered, but they're just kind of milling around. So
I assume that they're not just bringing a cartload of dead bodies into the middle of town. So what are they doing with this wagon full of people?
so I mean, they're gonna bring it to the what is it called? No, they're bringing
That's
it.
not
They're bringing
nice.
it to like the center
Bad.
part of town, so
Bad.
that family members can come and identify and find people. And
Totally not traumatic. Awesome.
No,
well, I mean, it's
we
just
gotta get the
you got
family
you don't want they don't want to leave them out there.
I know.
So
But they're
Where'd
not
my mama
they're
go?
not throwing them in a pile or in a pin. Or a campfire.
no, they're trying to be as they're trying to do what they
That's all I was
can.
thinking. I was like, I hadn't thought of how- Then when
Sure.
we meet
400 people already traumatized, and now here we have a giant wagon full of dead people.
Wagon
Awesome.
Man.
Sick.
I mean, they're not all on there. There's some family members were able to find their
Yeah.
loved ones and bring them back separately.
Yeah.
So, but still, there's
That's probably
a
like the
dozen
one
people.
cart, so there's people actually like helping carry wounded too and stuff. So
Okay. So we go to the Brass Crab.
Yes.
Okay. So I mean, when you get there, like, it's been decorated for an after party, and obviously that's not happening anymore.
No.
What kind of decorations are around?
I mean, just, you know,
Colorful, bright.
Kingfisher Festival type decorations, the same ones you saw out in the same type you saw.
Congratulations, Lamia Knights. You won.
Are there balloons?
Yeah.
No.
I don't think those existed yet.
I pull down like
I mean,
a
unless they're
banner and methodically like tear pieces off of it as we talk.
I'm gonna take one of the streamers down because I assume there are streamers.
Does it have to fool up?
So once you guys get in there, Mayor Raven addresses you guys. Well, again, I can't thank you enough for everything that you guys did. I mean, you are heroes. You saved lives today. Even though this event was absolutely tragic, you made it possible for more people to get home to their families. I've got some people helping, including Darrett, with the wounded. We're trying to get everybody's, remains back to their families. I think I feel very confident that Cudgel was betrayed. And
I sure hope so.
I think we need to try to get some answers, and we captured one of them, so we're gonna try to get some answers from him. We also need to know how much danger is still out there. Obviously, not all of the betrayers perished in this battle. Some of them escaped.
I was about to say about the second lieutenant. There was 2 of them.
Yeah.
So, and that other one wasn't there. So maybe try to find that one eventually. At some point.
And so Cudgel kind of, says, JF was not at the hill. He stayed with some other members of the regiment.
Have you made contact with the JM?
No, I will, but I want to talk to this betrayer first. We need answers. We need to know why they did this.
Well, what's keeping JF from just taking the rest of the regiment and fleeing at this very moment?
I don't know, but I want answers before I go try to resolve that. But believe me, that will be my very next course of action.
I can't actually blame her for wanting to figure out what's going on before something accused, because if her second lieutenant doesn't actually have anything to do with it, it might ruin whatever they have in between them.
Yeah.
So
The only reason I'm not leaving is I needed to see these people safely back, and I need to know any information we can get before I go back to find them. Look at those, huh? Pretty nice.
it's just
That was-
flashing
that
cards.
was-
Shiny magic cards at us.
He's flashing cards at us. He's flashing us.
I feel like
Behind
I'm
him.
counterspelled.
I cast FU.
But yes, I think we should move forward with interrogation as soon as we can.
So, yeah, the mayor kind of, she walks out to like the door, and you hear her kind of yell for somebody, and then
She's scary when she's
I
angry.
would just yell. I mean, that's just me at this point.
The crinkle
so
in
you
the bag.
so
I'm
you
sorry.
see a couple of the surviving militia members are hauling this guy that was captured, and he's got his whole upper body and arms like bound in a fishing net, and they plop him down on a chair, like in the middle of the brass crab. And, you know, he's not really struggling, but he's kind of giving this little sneer to everybody. And but he's like a little reluctant to meet Cudgel's glare. And so he gets sat down, and if you look at Cudgel, you can see she's just seething. And so before anybody can even say anything, she walks up to him and says, "Why? Why have you done this? What brought you to this horrible..." And he kind of cuts her off and is like, "What does it matter? Your friends are already dead." And so she grabs for her weapon like she can barely contain herself, and the mayor kind of runs over there, and Becklin kind of runs over there, and they calm her down, and you kind of hear them say, like, maybe you shouldn't be the one asking the questions. And so she kind of says, "Very well." So then she starts kind of looking at you guys like, somebody needs to ask these questions.
I still have a spear, right?
Chose a different second level spell.
I mean,
I was going to detect thoughts, but then
I was given a tiny
watched,
gnome
the whole
sphere.
thing of
yeah,
the-
sure.
I would like to have kept it.
Yeah.
Is it the padded one that you got for the...
Yes, and I took the pad off.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was gonna ask. Like, get rid of the pom pom.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
Yeah, I think she took the pom pom off during the fight.
Ellie's
Oh,
gonna-
little one, what do you want?
She's not even going to respond. She's going to walk up to him, stick the end of the spear right into his voice box, and just
pointed end?
Yes, the pointed end, and just hold it right there, not saying anything, not like letting him not look at her, and she's going to just very, very calmly say, "Answer the lady's question."
So roll your intimidation. I assume that's what you're doing, is trying to intimidate him.
Just getting the
No, this is
little bit of
persuasion.
like going on right at the
At first. But it was only just, I got 2 spells.
This guy hates me. All right. I should not be the one doing this. That was a 6.
So you've got the spear up to his throat, and he kind of looks at you. He's like, "Really? Go on, do
And
it."
right there is where I stab a knife into his leg, and it's like
So you stab him with a
I
knife?
stab him with a dagger
He
into
was
his
almost
leg.
dead.
Oh, he's
I
almost
wasn't
dead.
trying to like do damage to him.
I'm not trying to.
We can wrap up his leg. He won't die from a
All
leg
right, go
wound.
for it.
Oh boy.
So you stab him with a knife?
Stab him right in the leg.
You have it. You have a knife?
I have daggers, yes.
Oh well, roll your damage.
You're staying there.
Oh god.
Let's see if it
6
counts.
points of damage?
So he like
You just killed him.
he gets seriously hurt by this and he screams in pain. And you can see as soon as it happens, like it's only a matter of moments, and he starts to fade.
I'm gonna
and
quickly-
right when you do that, the mayor is like, "What are you doing?"
I'm gonna yank him back, pull out the knife, lay on hands enough to stabilize our captain.
Okay.
How many HP is he down?
He's not the captain.
I mean,
I think he said captive.
if you heal him like 2 HP, he'll be fine.
Okay, yeah, I'm good on that.
Just enough to.
Just enough to wake him up again. Bring him conscious.
Jet, you dummy.
So, yeah.
Back around.
Yeah, he kind of stabilizes, and then he stares at you, and he's like, "Maybe you should have tried harder."
Oh, if I let him go, you would have been dead. But I can keep this going a long time.
He can just lay on hands on you all day.
You felt that. Seems there's powers awakening in this world.
Roll persuasion.
Just slap him in the face to lay on hands.
Oh, that's a good. So 19 plus 24.
Ooh.
Fine.
What would
So he turns and he looks at Cudgel and he says, "Oh, by the way,
Before that.
Cudgel tells you that his name is Svilt Sunderland. Sunderlit. Svilt Sunderlit. He turns to Cudgel and says, "It was your lieutenant. But he's dead now. He planned to kill you and take command of the Ironclad Regiment."
you were willing to let that happen? You thought it a worthwhile thing to let happen?
Oh, it was well worth it. I got paid.
How much?
Are you asking questions now?
Well, I was voice of reason, sorry.
If you are, you just roll persuasion or intimidate.
What was worth turning traitor on the town and your own captain? How much is that worth to you? And who offered to pay?
Well, the lieutenant paid us.
He did not let loose. He just had the money on hand and was just willing to share.
No.
It with
Why, we don't get paid that kind of money.
so it had to come from somewhere.
Indeed. Look, a few days ago, he went off into the woods west of town. Sorry, west of the camp. Came back with plenty of steel. Paid a bunch of us.
What exactly were you told to do?
Well, the plan was to wipe out the militia, kill Cudgel, come back and raid the town.
For what purpose?
I don't know.
They got paid.
I got paid. I just did what I was told.
Oops, I can't spell.
And you thought this was a good idea?
I got paid. A lot.
Now,
He's got 2 hit points, right?
He's got one.
Svilt, how much steel would we have to give you to find out where our good friend Jaev is and how he was involved in all that?
So when you ask that question, Cudgel kind of sounds in from the pulled back, but kind of still there, like.
Someone's still holding me, right? Where am I let go now?
I'm just
And so she says,
one hand.
"Tell me,
Pushing back.
tell me, you coward. What of Jaev?" He says, he's loyal to you.
I would like to put my finger on his pulse and see if he's lying about that.
I will watch his eyes for an insight check as well.
Yeah, so you want to do an insight check?
Yeah.
Okay.
That
Can I
I'm
help
just-
him with that?
You want to help with an insight check?
You forgot to
Yeah,
kiss
give
it.
you advantage on that.
Sure.
Gonna-
I'm gonna say I would have had a bonus, but I don't have the effects of my new level until we rest.
Yeah, so,
So-
I mean, but
Yeah.
you're going to get some help
I
with
can
that.
give you advantage.
thank you.
Unless you just want me to do a flat. Do one once.
Oh, that is much better. That is a 22 insight.
Yeah. You think that he's being serious about Jayev. Like, you kind of get the impression that he's a little mad that that anyone was not part of this.
Okay, yeah. Like, that JF, he should have joined us in our mutiny.
Yeah.
So hopefully, Cat and Cudgel, we can find your friend where you put him.
We need to find out who your other lieutenant talked to in that woods.
Well,
Agreed.
so Cudgel sort of, you can kind of hear her saying something to Becklin, and then she kind of addresses everybody and says, I agree that we need to know what happened and where Dragonus got this money.
I'm going to do one more thing with our captive here.
Okay?
I'm going to pull out my etching of the symbol of the Dragon Queen,
Uh-huh.
show it to our captive, and say, does this look familiar at all to you?
So he looks at it and he's like, oh, it looks a little like the symbol of the Dragon Queen.
You've seen this recently?
No, I learned about it as. Okay.
I would also like to insight check this.
Okay.
I think Svilt has like a minor in
16.
theology.
Yeah, you think that he is being sincere, that he hasn't seen this recently, that he just knows about it.
And 23 doesn't change that.
Nope, you feel the same. Like you think
knew
he
about it a little
just he kind of says, he's like, I learned about it as a child.
Just seeing if he saw it at all. With, Ruger.
So I rolled an 18 on his religion,
So he knew what it was.
so he just knew.
This guy happened to know what it was.
Everybody's got their backstory.
I would roll it out here, but I don't have a lot of table space.
No. That and I might steal his dice.
So Cudgel is like, okay, I agree that we need to find out what is happening and where Dragonus may have gotten this, who may have paid him, but I need to go and find out the fate of the rest of my Ironclad regiment. And I need to make sure that I must go and see them. I need to know what is happening.
Well, maybe we head out to your camp. And
I cannot allow you to do that. You'd be putting your life on the line. These people here need you.
If you go alone, you will be killed.
and then we have a band of.
What if you are killed? I can't have that on my conscience. These people need you.
Do we know how many were left of the mercenaries?
What do you mean, like that ran off the battlefield? Is that what you're saying?
Well, that stayed in the camp.
That
Oh.
are loyal.
Yeah.
So Cudgel starts to think about things, and she says, well, there were definitely some that I did not see present. I don't know, maybe 8 or 10 that I didn't see.
Well, I'm wondering.
Well, there's probably a dozen that ran off.
I'm wondering if because we don't want her going off alone. Because even though I know she can probably handle herself, I'm pretty sure that we don't want her getting sideswiped. And
sorry.
no, it's fine. I'm wondering if not trying to exactly split the party is not a good idea usually, but at least a couple of us go with her to make sure she's okay. Like 4 of us stay behind with the village, and 2 of us can at least go with her to, ease her mind about the people who are left here, and then make sure she is okay. And if we find any of her men who may be either locked up or in trouble or something, she has extra hands.
Do we know when the funerals are going to take place? Or if they are going to take place today at all?
They won't be today. I mean, it's getting on toward evening now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to let Cudgel go confront them alone.
Yeah.
She is. I mean, if you continue down this path, every time that you say that you want to go, she is going to be vehement about this. You need to be here taking care of the people that are alive. I cannot, in good conscience, bring anyone and put them in danger. I
Think of it
can't.
This way, if we die, you'll die too, and who's to feel guilty about it?
I can't. I can't. You can, I mean, if you want to try to roll persuasion, and if you get a nat 20,
Nah,
okay.
Nah.
that was not a very nice part
I'm just gonna see if I can.
there. There's
Nope.
a 2 again.
Nope.
No. No.
She's absolutely steadfast on her idea that enough people have died at the hand of her people. She cannot allow there to be more. But she also needs to do what she can to stop them and find what happened to the rest of her group.
Cudgel, whatever makes you so vehement that we should not come with you in such a similar manner is beyond us at this point to convince you.
I look, I greatly appreciate your concern for my well-being, but
I'm just trying to say we have similar interests in tracking down the rest of your troop. If nothing else.
I understand. Let me tell you, this is what I will agree to. I will return by the dawn tomorrow, one way or another, and I will report what is happening, or I'll be dead.
Well, perhaps you could let us know the directions in case we need to follow up in the dawn.
I absolutely.
If you don't make
And
it back, I will
as
come
like
and
this-
burn the whole place
So
down.
as you guys are kind of like trying to come to terms with all of this, Raven is talking with Becklin and is talking with a couple of other members of the community, and she's very interested in learning about this meeting in the woods thing, like, because she feels like that is really what's at the heart of the matter here.
Yeah, but that was west of it. That was the woods by the encampment where she's going, right?
Well, it's west of the encampment, so
In the same direction, beyond the way, kind of.
ish.
We could head out to that woods anyways. Although it's getting late into the evening.
Well, so she's, when you hear her talking, because she's not paying direct attention to you guys, she's talking about trying to get some local hunters to go and look at the woods. And like, Becklin is kind of saying, well, something about, blah, 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 ranger and blah, 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 druid or...
We're being
Not you two, though.
we're being volunteered as tribute.
So,
Walk up to her and say, heard you talking about investigating those woods. I think
Yes.
we'd like to volunteer our services.
well, as much as I as much as I want the town protected, and I do, I feel like this is something we have to find out.
This is not something we can wait on either. We have no reason to believe that whoever he made a deal with is going to stick around after how the battle turned out.
I agree. Are you volunteering to go and do this investigation?
Yeah, we'd like to head out and help find whoever orchestrated this.
Okay. So Becklin is getting ready to leave and says, we can go together part of the way, and then you'll have to branch off to go to these woods.
Okay.
So and so then Raven is, I mean, well, I'm very grateful that you're willing to undertake this task. I mean, this is probably the most important step for us to take to establish safety. Perhaps Derek could accompany you and show you the way. He knows. Would you want him to go with you?
Local guide? Unless some of us know the woods just as well.
I'm pretty familiar with the woods around here. Grew
Okay.
up around the woods more. I'd rather have someone at least trained more besides Becklin in them and younger, maybe even able to help the current militia still train if they want to or necessary. Just as an extra hand with fighting off anything if anything does happen while we're gone. I'd rather have him.
To stay and guard the village then.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to go without Derek.
I would hate to put him at risk.
I would hate to, yeah. We have already lost so much, and we can't afford to lose anyone closer to us.
Okay. Well,
What's the plan with the? I still have the spear underneath.
yeah, they're going to,
Would you like me to just?
no.
Spear back.
No, enough blood has been spilled on this
We need
day.
the witness. We need the witness.
Raven literally just says that. Enough blood has been spilled today.
Yeah. Maybe you notice a little smoke from his fingers doused down when they said no.
Alright, I'm just gonna accidentally.
I'm holding the spear. I'm not
Revenge. Revenge
Let me
doesn't.
kill.
Check me for it.
Yes.
Revenge doesn't solve anything. It's not gonna.
I'm
I
not trying.
hate it.
I'm just saying.
But he's our only witness.
Gentle. It doesn't.
Like, only.
It's not your fault if it hits
I'm
the
not
artery.
trying to do damage.
So you're
No.
trying to put a scar on him?
Yeah, I'm just trying to.
I'm trying to hold
Little
that back.
scrape. Little scratch.
How are you trying to stop her from doing that?
Well, I'm grabbing onto the spear.
Gonna
Just
pick her
Oh
up.
wow,
with-
so many things could go wrong here. Why don't you roll your dex? Yeah.
Oh boy.
You guys, why don't you guys each roll dex and tell me what you get? I mean, do your dex bonus.
Are you fast enough to catch it?
20. Dirty.
Okay, so when you guys are around each other a lot, and he knows you and knows you're probably running hot right now, and grabs that spear just as you're looking like you're gonna make a move and pulls it a little bit to prevent you from doing that.
I'm gonna trip him.
I can only heal so much in a day.
You're gonna trip.
Calm down.
Okay.
I mean, oh my.
He succeeded
little
in
people
stopping
fighting.
you from doing that,
Yeah, he
and
took
now
the
you're
spear
gonna
from
trip him.
Yes.
I just held the spear back. That's all I was doing to make sure you weren't going to spear me.
I mean, roll an unarmed attack against him, I guess. Or what? Hold on. You just want to trip him? I mean, yeah. Roll an unarmed attack.
Mark doesn't know what to do.
Okay, so there was no way he was gonna keep the spear from him. I'm going home.
All right, so it didn't work out.
Just going to grapple her and pull her away.
All right.
This is getting out of hand.
All right. So it didn't work
Come
out.
on, little midget.
So are you like just kicking his shin?
She tried.
All right.
Hi, guys.
And so,
Hey, I get the mic now.
look at that.
I've got one more dice roll before I join you. If we're going.
Oh, he's going to.
Look at all this space.
All right.
She ran.
Okay, so
The prisoner already has a giant scar from the dagger that got plunged into his leg, and I can only heal so much in a day.
all
It
right.
got better.
I mean,
This time.
So yeah, I mean, Cudgel's ready to leave. I mean, is eager to leave. If you're intending to go for the little way on the path before you start heading west, then
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll follow her out.
I'll
at least to
stop
get to
off
the
at my house to pick up my actual weapons that I haven't
okay,
Oh,
had
yeah, I'll
for
pick up
the
my javelins as well.
reenactment.
okay, sure. I mean, yeah, you
I had
guys,
like a pom pom
I
on my
grabbed
sword.
my magic.
you guys can. I think for the sake of time, we'll assume that when you got back to town, that was just kind of the first thing you did was we need to be prepared.
I did go and check up on the kids and Jasper just to make sure everything was still fine. And then after that,
How about you? Are you ready to leave right now?
has anybody seen her? Because that's the next thing now that's kind of situated before leaving. I want to know, has anybody actually seen Granny
Gran.
Rocket? Old back alley at Herbalist. Has anybody seen her?
Do you have a D2? Here's a D2.
I was about to say I have my.
mean,
Flip it.
Anything.
Get a 2.
it's a 2.
Somebody saw her.
Ah.
She's okay. she's they saw her at the town circle. She's she's hanging out with her regulars, trying to process
Definitely not concerned about
everything.
her at all.
Well, with the processing everything, she's probably just ate that entire flower. Probably not all there.
That's why I said I thought she would try to get the mercenaries to eat the flower with her.
Does anybody else feel anything is extremely urgent before we leave on this
When
mission?
she's there, it's like, okay.
Well, I already know they're fine. So.
Maybe stopping by the
Peace of mind.
stone right hall. Just
Oh.
to let them, if anyone's there.
Yeah. So when you go by the town circle, you see your other friend there, and he's like helping to collect the body of Letha Stars. So he's there. Okay.
By the way, I do go up to Ellie and I'll be like, I am sorry for your loss as well.
I'm doing this because she's looking up at you.
I know.
Trying to
I
at
know.
the same time.
I'm a tall human.
I'm short gnome, so that's fine.
Okay.
Thanks.
So we're heading out to the woods.
Into the woods we go.
I'm so
Sorry.
glad these people know how to. They can see.
Wait,
in
what
the
time of
dark.
the day is it at this point?
It's
It's
I
still-
mean it has
it's
not it
still-
is now like
Yeah.
it's
Coming down from that
it's
panic
like
attack,
past
yeah.
dinner time.
Somebody seen her?
It's about to be dark. Like by the time we get out of town, the sun will be down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have dark vision, but I know quite a few people here don't.
I was about to say I think at least us three have dark vision.
I can't see
Also,
shit.
we haven't slept, and I only have 7 hit points still.
And you were so eager
yeah.
to head out.
That's right. I was
Yeah.
covered in blood. was.
Do we need to do a long rest?
It wasn't your blood.
Perhaps our interrogation
know we
counted
wanna
as a
go.
short rest.
But
It was only a few minutes long.
I just looked at my sheet. Sorry. I'm like,
No, I mean that's the thing.
What could go possibly
I give you
wrong
pep
going
talk,
into the
that's about
forest
it.
at night when some of us can't see and we're gimping?
Gimping pretty good. Can't see shit.
We could
with
take
the
an
way
hour.
I'm rolling tonight, I'd rather.
I mean, we could
at
take a
least
short
a
rest.
short rest to
So
get my
are
key
you?
points back.
Are you as a group having an open conversation about resting?
Doing a quick
Have
rest.
we had something that can be considered a short rest in the? No, didn't think so. Yeah, didn't think so.
You've been busy poking people in the throat, me stabbing people in the leg.
I think
So do
maybe
you
we
want
should
to? So do
just
you
hold
decide
off
that you
a
want to
little
just
bit
rest
before
for an hour or what?
I think we should hold off a little bit.
Like before we leave, or like
Yeah.
We
before we
did
go.
just
Once
go
we get
through some
going.
serious.
I'm concerned. This is, I mean, I'll leave it up to the rest of you.
I think everyone being at
Short
least as
rest would
close
do
to
me
their
really
peak
well.
condition as
So
they can be.
if you rest, Becklin leaves without you. If you
Okay.
don't, then
I thought that was
Already
cudgel.
in well enough
Fine.
condition
All
to
right,
go.
I mean,
let's just
so am
go.
I.
Let's just go.
I'm
And then we
I'm
can
in
short
good
not
condition.
Becklin. Cudgel, sorry,
I
leaves
was
without you.
confused.
Well, I mean, Cudgel was going to leave without us anyway.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and if you guys were gonna go right away, she would wait and go
I'm
with
not
you.
letting her leave without us.
Yeah.
How many
There's no
darts
way.
have you got, Ellie?
I picked them all back up, so I've got 10.
I recommend you stand behind some of
Yep. I picked up my arrows
running.
that I
It's
used.
20 right now because we haven't long rested.
Who can carry the?
My point was,
Who can
don't
carry
let
the
anyone
I
gnome?
touch
can-
you.
Move at
Because-
35 feet around.
I
What do you
mean,
want?
if someone carried you, could you have a short rest that quick?
So
Well, I'm going.
Can take a nap.
anyone who knows the bit with these woods west of town, it's gonna take you about an hour to get there.
Okay, yeah.
Well, I suppose all
It's
the
gonna take
wagons
us
are
an
I
hour.
going
said
by,
the
so-
first time nobody was carrying or picking up the gnome.
No, you said no one throws the gnome.
I mean, are all the
What?
local are all the
You're
local
at 7,
wagons
you
full
said,
of
right?
Yeah.
Oh, there was just one that was up
Okay.
there.
I mean, I don't
What
want
if
you
we
using
got-
that up on me just because I'm
Well,
complaining.
I'm saving a single hit point worth of healing just in case. But
What about grabbing a wagon until we can't take any further and resting while we get there if it takes an hour?
That wagon
Because
currently
we
has
have
dead
to
people.
go with Cudgel, and Cudgel is leaving
Yeah.
right the fuck now.
Oh.
So,
Yeah.
Here we go.
Understandably, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I
As,
understand
as a
it
last
perfectly.
minute sort thing, could I try and heal her with my own herbalism kit?
Heal who?
Ellie. I might have some pain killing willow and other
the
plants.
pain ain't the problem, pal.
Sure. So you
Listen.
you want to roll your medicine?
You
That's the
decide
case, I
how
can
your
go
hit
talk to-
points work.
We don't have time for you to talk to Granny Roquette.
Well, no, I was gonna say, I know where she keeps
That's an 11.
Jesus.
I don't know what that means.
I mean, you feel a little better, but you don't get any hit points back.
all right, well,
Very kind of you, anyway.
I'll pat you on
We're
the back.
leaving. We're leaving.
Apologize for
We're leaving. I'm just
going back
walking
to
away.
spear.
We're leaving. I am
I'm healing
walking
her for
away from
7.
you.
Healing her
I'm
for
walking
7?
Away.
Yeah.
Nope.
All right.
Burning up.
Nope. I walked away.
You foiled all of Ellie's.
So what are you gonna do? Are you gonna dodge him every time he tries to lay on hands?
I did not want
He's gonna like accidentally smack her in the face one time with it.
to lay a finger on me right
All
now.
right. So are you guys? Are we gonna roll dice to see whether or not you succeed in healing her,
Oh
or
God.
If she's not going to take it, I won't give it.
okay?
I just
While
just
she's
give her
uh,
20 minutes to get on the road and get out of town. We're leaving. Let's go.
All right. So is everybody on board? We're leaving right now.
Yes.
yes.
Everyone?
Yep.
Okay. So we're leaving and we're going with Cudgel. You know, through town we see some people.
Ain't nobody got time for this shit.
Yep. Yep. We're doing the things.
I could have done a minor illusion to make you look like someone else, so you could have laid on hands.
We're gonna get to the point in time, just a little ways out of town, where we need to start heading west, and she needs to continue on toward her camp.
Can I ask one question?
Okay.
As we are leaving town, as we are walking away, anyone following us as Cudgel leaves town?
Perception. Roll your
I will
perception.
let it be known that my quarterstaff, I have light cast on it, so I can see.
I mean, you tell me what moon is out.
Oh, right now the moon that's
Which
out
moon
is
did you
a,
pick for today?
Is a crescent moon.
Crescent moon.
Oh, that changed fast. It was basically.
What'd you roll on perception?
The full moon.
That was quick.
It's a 13.
13?
13.
You don't think anyone's following
Even new.
you or Cudgel?
It's perception, right?
Yep.
I have proficiency, just in case. Oh,
Ellie is
a
just
nat
apparently way too
20.
upset to do anything
Yep,
today.
nobody's following either one.
I
Okay.
rolled 7 on that last one.
I got a nat 20 on the perception check. So
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. You're looking to see if there's
yeah. No, so no one is actually
Like,
following
like
us.
what actually happens is as you go through town, like Jarrett realizes kind of as you're passing by that you guys are leaving, and he starts to follow you, but Becklin catches up to him and stops him.
Who is this?
Garrett starts to follow you
Starts
as
to
you're going
follow.
through town, but then Becklin
Reasonable.
stops him.
I love you, you
Mark, I
little
have a question
dice.
for you.
You gave
Yeah.
me a nat 20.
What does the moon phases have to deal with me casting light on a stick so I can see in the dark?
Well, you're a lunar
Everything.
sorcerer, so I mean, we
Can a
can.
lunar
Sometimes
sorcerer
you're
see in the
wrong.
dark?
No, I'm just saying, like,
Full
you
moon
know
light
how
can
much
get light.
moon is out.
Yeah, I mean, if it was a full moon, then
Direct correlation.
it'd be okay, but I mean, I'd still be hampered by light I can't see.
Anyway,
It's a forest.
Oop, jeez, I
How thick
just
is this
almost
forest?
knocked the.
okay.
We're not. Are we in the forest yet? Or are we?
You guys doing anything between now and the forest?
Down in the
Or are we just walking out there?
Just keeping an eye
Just
out
okay.
for things
All right.
along the way.
Okay.
I will now take your healing.
So yeah, you guys get to the woods.
So we're at the area where we
Yep, you
split
get to
off.
yeah, you get to the woods.
Okay.
So now what do you want to do?
That was really nice.
Sorry, we made it to the woods.
Yep.
Where we're split.
Still think the guy could have been a great roasted tartar.
I don't think you roast tartar.
So it took you an
I'm-
hour to get to the
Sorry, what
woods.
happened?
So we're trying to find the section of the woods in which would be
Tartar's
closest to the
wrong.
camp, or at least directly
In the
west of the camp.
west.
Well, you can charcoal the side
Yeah.
outside.
So before we do split off with Cudgel, I want to head
Oh,
up
we're
to
going
her.
back to where we're with
Oh,
Cudgel.
where we were. Oh, we were split up already.
We're already
Okay, never
split
mind.
up.
Okay, never mind.
We're at the woods now.
Okay,
We're at the
that
woods.
was confusion.
Yep.
So, do we have any sort of sense of, other than just west? Did we get any information about?
These are the woods that are west of town.
We're looking for the section of the woods that's west of the camp. So do we know roughly?
This is the one.
This is the one.
But beyond that, we don't know within this what we're looking for.
This is all you know is that this is where Gorgonus went, and then he came back with a whole bunch of steel that he paid to a bunch of the mercenaries.
Are we walking on a path, or are we?
Or
just,
yeah,
Not
I think
really.
it's just
Or is
a.
it a game trail?
Unless,
It's a.
did we want to actually
Kind of.
go with Cudgel
It is
anyway?
woodsy.
And this is not like a huge woods. This is like,
Yeah, it's not.
you
huge.
know, I mean, it's probably a couple square miles. It's not massive.
Anybody good at tracking weird footprints? I mean, if it was those reptile things again, I imagine they'd leave a pretty distinct footprint.
Unless they were flying.
I mean, in the woods.
Yes.
The-
might knock down.
yeah,
a
you might
branch or
get
two.
I know
a
nothing
branch or
about
two.
these
Yeah.
things. I'm realizing I'm very
It's either
lacking
that,
in
or if
information.
we go back to the encampment with Cudgel anyways, and if they're friendly, we ask them if anybody saw where the orc went.
Jezebel, your granny's always telling me how good you are at finding animals out in the woods. Do you know how to?
I mean, you're always finding a new friend out here.
Well, maybe if it's not being so loud, they might show up.
Oh.
We all stand silently for 30 seconds looking around.
I do actually have.
Can I
Cold.
do perception to see if I can see?
I am anti-stealth.
Huh, I could have used that.
You're looking for wildlife? I think you can roll your nature for that.
Here, I'll even douse out my lights so that way it doesn't scare them away.
Your face can be quite frightening. And that's what I'm gonna blame. Like, I got night blind this now because he put the light out and I can't see.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
kind of
'cause
think
he's a
that
she's a
whatever would have
human
been
too.
around, just like scooted off for a minute.
Can I start to look around to see if there's any footprints and trails that aren't ours?
Oh, we're gonna look for tracks. So that's gonna be survival.
Yeah, we just have to find the ogre's footprints, right? It's going to be much larger.
Yeah, this dark is something.
Well, maybe I should give it a try. Survival.
Yeah, I'll put light back on my quarters. That's actually help us.
Well, he has no dark vision.
Please don't
I can actually
knock
see
it
the
off.
dark to some degree.
Can I give him advantage?
On what?
Can I give him advantage on searching for ogre prints? I also have dark vision.
Look.
You can. So you want to help look in the same area?
Well, we're just walking along the edge of the woods, seeing if we
I mean,
can
I can
find
roll
out
my
where
own
large.
check if you want.
Yeah, I
Ogre
would
size
rather that you roll
footprints.
your own check.
Another die.
Dark vision does not help me. That's a 1.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, you are blind. Okay,
Your light is blinding me. I can't see.
I got a 13.
it's that bad.
I'm sorry. Next time I'll make sure the
Here,
crescent
It
moon
was
is out,
a
or
10
new moon.
this
I mean,
time.
new moon.
Can I check a different area?
Hold on.
nope. That bad dice. Bad dice.
You know what?
You gave me a nat
I
20.
Want, I
Come
wanna
on.
Roll. Please.
Blanche,
I hope that's
please help us.
That'd be impressive.
If we all roll,
It'll be 6.
since they're all wandering around and all that, I'm gonna check this just
You keep
random
strobe
location.
lighting us, we can't.
Are you gonna go into the woods a little bit?
I'm gonna
All
go
right.
into the woods a little
I'm
bit.
blaming you, Chet, because you gotta quit flashing your lights.
Oh, look at that! That's a nice one. This is survival, right? If I remember correctly.
Yes, survival.
So that is a 16 survival check.
So I think the way that I will describe
Dice jail.
this is at first we trust our outdoorsy types and they're just having a hard time. And so then that takes a while and we don't get anywhere. So then some of our other folks decide, you know what? Maybe there's a chance that I'll see something. So after this goes on and on and on and things aren't going right and it's not, you get like an hour worth of searching in and finally Jet is like, you know what, fine, I'm going to go look. And he's like, hey, what is this over here? And he doesn't really know, like he's not great at this. So he's like, come over here and look.
We all just gather around our heads together.
And what you
staring
see,
at the ground.
and what you see are a couple different types of what look to be footprints. A couple look like they're probably boots,
Some bigger ones, some ogre-sized ones.
just boots.
That's what
what they
the
do.
dude.
And the other ones that you
scary
see
that we
are
think
sort
that.
of clawed and reptilian.
Mother.
Well, let's follow the clad ones
They go in the same direction.
into or
Like
out of
buddy
the woods.
buddy same direction or like are they next to each other or are
So if you continue to try and follow that, they start to go north through that wooded area.
to Alaska?
Did we just follow?
Alaska
The
is
north
not part
direction
of.
is on.
North to
Just try
Alaska.
to follow.
Yeah, I know.
We go north. the
So
direction's
it's kind of to keep maintaining and finding and looking, and you end up following the tracks kind of slowly, and it takes you, I mean, probably over an hour to stay on this path.
I would like to say, while everyone else is following these tracks on the ground, Ellie is going to be keeping 14 eyes in every direction other than where they're going so that she checks if they're being followed, if there's anyone.
Yeah. Eventually, what happens is the tracks lead out of this woods, and there's some hills, and you kind of do that for a little bit. And eventually you see this valley. So the woods give way to a ledge overlooking a shallow valley. In the distance, dozens of low fires illuminate hundreds of red tents. Among them move patrols of shadowy human-like figures. Over 1,000 soldiers occupy the camp. A whole army.
I believe the word I'm looking for is fuck.
I'm going to whisper to the rest. We need to head back. Meet with Cudgel. And then head back to town. Start slowly creeping back.
Sorry, how far away are we from this set of tents?
A long ways. I mean, you're looking down from a ledge.
Okay.
So, I mean, we're talking, from the very edge of it, like half a mile.
Can I tell if they're in fact human or Drake or
From this distance, no.
We're looking at a lake of fire.
do I see any emblems on the tents or anything?
Half a mile away in the dark.
I mean,
They're
it's
lit up.
dimly lit, but you can see the fires and stuff of this army encampment.
Do they even have flags on top of the tents? If we can see them.
Any insignia other than
Oh,
just
and by the
red
way,
tents?
just so everyone knows, I did douse my light out once we saw
Yeah.
Other.
Why don't, if anybody wants to try and tell, I guess you could do a perception check.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I'm doing it. I'm just getting
I'm
out dice
Not
number
doing
6.
it this time.
I can't see at the moment.
I'm not sure if I should try.
It's 10.
You can't tell what's on it from there.
Way to go, Allie. Way to go.
17.
Yeah, you think you kind of catch a glimpse of an insignia that is similar to the ones you saw on the things that killed the knights.
So the symbol of the
BLTs,
Dragon Queen.
Yep.
Can't spell. We in trouble.
For the podcast listeners, that symbol is a
hold the human's hand.
5-pointed star sort of thing made out of dragon claws. I looked it up the other day.
That's pretty.
That would
The
be
symbol
actually
of
Who's
cool.
gonna turn
as
the
a-
symbol
Around here,
of
look at-
Queen Takesis, or the Dragon Queen, as it were. Kind of the leader
Almost
of the
reminds you
evil
of, like, the
gods.
Tigerian
little
Ellie's
bit.
gonna
from Game
turn
of
around
A little
and
bit.
look
Except
at the
for
rest
instead
of
of 3
everybody
claws,
else.
3
She's gonna
heads.
sink down to the ground if she isn't already stealthed in stealth mode and go, we need to go
Someone
now
hold the human's hands and drag us
to
out of
Cudgel.
here.
We need to go to
I can see the
Cudgel
dark.
Thank
now.
We're
We need
gonna
to
make
go
a
to
conga
Cudgel.
line.
Now. And just start walking back the way we came
Yeah.
immediately.
It's just
Let's
backtrack.
go
Say it like 3 times,
now.
close quietly. If no one else is following her, she doesn't care anymore. She's leaving. She's going to Cudgel.
Okay.
I just care that we get far enough
So-
away where I can put light up.
We're going to the mercenary encampment.
Ellie's leaving.
Yeah, we're
We
gonna
are-
be
we
going.
are-
Everybody's
Yeah.
leaving.
We are being led
Yes,
by the dark
I was
vision
gonna
people.
say.
Extinguishing
I'm
lights.
trying to get
And
somebody's hands.
Dark
I
vision
can't
people
see.
leading the way.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
we're stealthing. We are stealthing.
Is everybody stealthing?
I'm going to make them stealth
Trying.
because we just saw an encampment of 1,000 soldiers.
I mean, we're far off where we can see them, but are any?
Yeah,
Well,
Do
if you
we
back
know?
away from the ledge, you can't see him anymore.
Okay, so we're
If
not
they
even
had
probably
scouts
close
this
to
far
trail
out, they would've spotted
patrols
us
or
by now.
anything.
There
So
could be a patrol.
potentially, but we
Yeah.
might have missed
Yeah.
them the first time.
Might as
I'm
well
not
be
taking any
safer
chances.
than
Yeah.
sorry.
Can I
But I
scan-
know we're pretty far away,
I
so
scan
I
the
don't know
skies,
how
do I
far
see
the.
anything flying
If you
around?
what?
If I look to the skies, do I see anything flying around?
To the skies?
Because these guys had wings, did they not? Some of the scaly things.
Oh,
Scaly
true.
things.
I mean, you can do a
Scalys.
perception.
With my lunar power sorcery, I shall turn it to a full moon. Now you may see clear.
That's not how that works.
Dang it.
It's totally worth a shot.
That was funny.
Okay, that's gonna be 11.
There's nothing flying around.
Well, let's.
You want to look for
Back
flying
away
around things too?
slowly.
No, I'm waiting to roll for stealth. And
Oh,
I'm
stealth.
you're gonna
Okay,
guess.
sure. Roll your stealth.
Okay.
Obsidian
Anybody
seems
that
like a
anybody
stealth
that
thing.
agrees with Ellie and wants to be stealthy can roll their
Yeah,
stealth.
we're
I'm
gonna.
gonna try.
We're gonna try here.
Disadvantage
Yep.
minus
Just
3.
no, just roll your stealth.
15 stealth.
What's okay? So
Nat 20.
nat 20 on your stealth,
I'm so
18,
15.
19,
15 on your
20,
stealth.
21,
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
22,
18.
18
23.
stealth.
I got 24.
24 stealth.
Ellie, I don't
I'm
like the look on your
sneaky.
face
9?
right now.
I'm in chainmail. 9.
9 stealth. What'd you get?
I don't want to
A
talk
rock.
about it.
Oh,
I did worse than the dwarf.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I mean,
I
you
got it.
guys look.
Ellie, you told us to be stealthy, but why are you?
I'm trying to help him, and it's just not working. We're just tripping over each other.
So here's
But you're telling me we're not to steps. That's how I'm like.
so since you guys decided to try and stealth as a group, and you're trying to just back away from this ledge, and you're trying to go back
way
on the
back.
path that you came.
We gotta find Cudgel. We gotta find her now.
Gotta find Cudgel. Yep. Like as you're going, like, you know, you're focused a little more on helping everybody else, like, you know, and they did great. So you guys are stealthing away just fine. But in order to do this, in order to remain stealthy, you're gonna have to go a little slower.
Is
So
everybody okay with that?
I mean, once we get out of line of sight of the cliff, I think we'd be fine moving at full speed.
Yeah.
We don't know what's lurking in this woods.
No, but
You've been
Getting-
crashing through the woods for
getting
half an hour.
Yeah,
Notice-
we were bumbling about.
So-
to the town and to
My torch stick.
what mercenaries remain, I think is going to be worth it. More time to prepare.
Hopefully.
More time
we're gonna take. So we're gonna be stealthy and take our time.
Once we get out of line of sight of the cliffs, and then maybe we pick up the pace.
Does this cliff just kind of poke out of the edge of the woods? Are we still in the woods from the edge of the cliff, or is it back? a
No,
ways
you
to
have to
the
go
edge?
back a ways.
Okay, we'll stealth to the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then once we get
I am
into
down for this.
far enough, comfortable enough into the woods,
I am
we'll-
stealthy like.
So
Stealth.
you're not going to be
Ninja.
going back at exactly the same direction. Like you're going to take a little different direction because the encampment of the Ironclad Regiment is further north than where you branched off. So when you're going back, you'll only need to go through a smaller portion of the woods as you go. So
I'm not sure if that makes me feel better or not, but thank you.
anyway.
Into the thick of it.
So you take your time making sure that you're staying stealthy, get back to the woods, you go through the woods. This is different terrain. Do we want to continue to be stealthy in the woods?
No, I think we can
I
rush at
think
that
well
point.
now that we're far away
Okay.
from that, I
The
think
monk would prefer to stealth all times, every day, all day, every day, but that's fine.
Okay.
You were doing a great job, by the way.
Thank you.
So we're going to say
we're
that
proud of you.
it took you till roughly midnight, about that, to get to this point. Coming back, you're going to go, it's going to be a little slower than it was to get out there. So you'll get to the, I mean, assuming that we just go straight to where we know the mercenary camp was, it's going to be like 3 o'clock in the morning when we get there.
Why did it take us longer to get there if the route through the woods was shorter?
Because you took more time to stay stealthy. You probably had to stop and...
I thought I had been outvoted, sorry.
No,
No.
we stealth to the woods.
Oh!
Yeah,
Stealth to the
Yeah,
woods.
we stealth to the
So are we
woods.
running from the woods to the mercenary encampment, or are we staying stealthy? I'm
No,
sorry.
we're running. We are
Once we
No,
got into
we're-
the woods, we are running.
You
We
go
have
into
it
the
covered.
woods,
Okay.
run
So
through the
But
woods.
it's
we're
still
running through
slow.
the woods.
It's still slower because we stealth initially. That's still like
Okay.
the distance from where you were to get back to the woods is quite a ways.
Oh, I was imagining like 300 feet. Sorry.
Oh, no.
I was confused.
No. You were out of the woods going through hills and stuff for an hour.
We took our time reading the first chapter because it was interesting. Now we're rushing through the pages.
Okay.
Yep.
So,
Sorry. I was confused.
so
It's med school.
we're fine. We'll call it 2:30 a.m. when you get to the encampment.
Count us a half hour.
Remember, chat, you can always argue your DM down a half hour.
Hegel in time with the universe itself.
Okay. So we're running.
Once
Running
we
to
get to the
demo.
woods, yes.
Yes.
So if we're gonna run,
Well,
I'm gonna need everybody to make a con check.
I'm
And
probably
we're gonna call
gonna
this. We'll call this a DC 12.
Come on, please don't. Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, look, I got another one too for you.
I totally
Yeah.
could have found this.
I
Love.
rolled a 21.
I
Okay.
forgot I have advantage on
Oh, wait.
tracking.
10.
And
11.
Is this
11?
Constitution
Night, man. It's
saving
like
throw?
scissors.
Yeah.
Short, stubby legs.
no, this is just a con check.
Okay, then yes, 21.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
7.
Anybody that did not get to the 12, you'll have a level of exhaustion by the time you get there.
I mean, okay.
My leg is killing me.
Please tell me I'm not
Guys,
the
I
only
think
one
I'm
that
done playing
survived
D&D
this.
tonight.
I was actually.
We went on a
I
cross country run
I
after
rolled two.
stealthing and after a battle.
I should have
so-
honestly was
Yeah,
like kind of
for a
further
total of
behind,
5.
making sure no one
What I
was
got?
following us. And
10.
Motion roller coaster.
Am I seriously the only one that beat it?
Somehow.
Okay.
You weren't really in the battle, were
There
you?
we go. That's what my excuse is going to be right now.
You got covered. You got like you got a dead guy stuck on you, and that's where you were.
So we get to the encampment.
we are.
There are all of the tents and stuff that were set up are all still there. As you get to like the edge of the encampment, you're not like seeing anyone outside milling around or anything, which is,
Not a good
Normal
sign.
for 3 o'clock.
I mean,
Exactly.
Patrol, at least.
How long was it that
there
we
gonna be snoring?
diversed from her and went to the cliffs?
You guys
What
got-
time
you-
span was there?
I mean, it was only a little ways outside of town, and the encampment is like an hour from town.
I think we're gone for a
Made
couple
it, like,
hours
halfway.
from
Cudgel.
Cudgel.
Cudgel. Yeah.
Is there any fires or anything going? Nothing? Just
Oh,
dead camp?
yeah. There's like, kind of, there's one fire that's still kind of going, and then another one that's like mostly out, and then a couple other spots that probably have had fires, but they're not going right now.
Do we just announce ourselves?
Is there anyone at least on like patrol on like watch? Is there anyone sitting there?
This is you're just seeing it right now. So at the moment you don't see anyone on watch, but you can get closer. You can do whatever you want.
I would suggest if we get closer, tread lightly. Something's not right. Not like
You're probably like 300 feet away
not
from it
exactly
I'll
stealthy.
get closer.
Okay.
Yeah, but
I'll
not.
go with you.
Yeah, let's just.
Do you want to stealth your way closer, or you just want to walk up
I'm just
there?
gonna walk. I have disadvantage
Walk
on
up.
stealth anyways.
Yeah.
Gonna
And
make
plus,
it obvious
most
we're
of
not
us are
trying to sneak up.
exhausted.
Okay.
Yeah, make it obvious we're not trying to sneak up.
Okay. Yeah. So as you get
Weapons
closer,
away.
you see that there is in fact one person that's sitting outside one of the tents, and then as you get closer yet to that, you realize that this is the Lieutenant Jaev. So
Like how far
Does he
away are
look
we
like
now?
he's still alive?
Yeah, he's sitting out there.
Okay.
He's like scraping out a pipe. Yeah, you get like, I don't know, 60 feet away. You can kind of get a clear look at his face, and you're like, oh yeah, that's JF.
Then I'll yell out to him, JF, where's Cudgel? Cudgel.
English.
So he kind of is looking, and who wants to know? And you see him like kind of sit up. He's like kind of he looks like he can't tell who's out there just yet, and he's like reaching for. And then
wishes to.
I take
I
Kogan's
cast
shoulder.
light on
and
my walking stick and pretty much have it above us so we can kind of show who.
Okay.
Yeah.
I say she didn't make it. She would have told him we were coming.
Yeah.
Well,
Something caught him up.
So then
Not caught
he
him.
says,
She told
"Oh,
me we were coming. She specifically said not
She
to
would
come.
have told
are
us
you
we were
so
out
so
when we
then
had-
so you announce yourself, and he says, "Oh, so you scouted the forest then?"
And then some. Where's Cudgel?
Ah. Yes. So, she went back to town. And you may, now that you're here, I'll go with you.
I think we all need to go.
Yeah.
I think
Yes.
it's safe here.
I'm the only one here
Literally the
They
only one
left
here.
you by yourself?
to tell you.
Oh,
Perception
Alright.
check.
okay.
You want to do what?
Insight check?
No, perception check.
Oh,
So you,
Anyone else?
so
Anyone
I'm going to do an
else.
insight check.
Yeah.
She's going to do a perception check.
okay?
The second roll on all of these dice has to be better than the first one, right?
I want to say yes.
Disadvantage
Better
because
hope-
we're all
better
tired. Oh, I guess not.
No, not him.
I mean, technically it's better. 15.
Okay. You don't see anyone else outside. I mean, there's
I rolled an 11 to my insight.
I mean, you don't
They talk about
you don't have any reason to believe that he's lying to you.
Then let's head back. We have news that needs to be delivered now.
Are you guys going further than just looking around, or are you going to like literally look intense, or what are you going to do?
I mean, I'm not going to run off and start going intense. I'm just trying
I'm not
to
going to ransack the
check
place.
Yeah.
that we are, in fact, the only ones here, that there isn't anyone watching him from the bushes, waiting for the camp to be abandoned.
So you want to search around?
I want to, with my eyeballs, search around. Yeah.
So
I'm wondering if we can pick up if there's.
so is
any
that what you were
leftover.
looking for in the first place, or is that what you're looking
That
for
one we just
now?
did.
I'm sorry. I was only rolling one perception check. And it was for other people that are not JF.
Yeah, you don't see any.
I'm wondering if there's any is there any other weapons? Like, did they take any of the weapons? So maybe we can bring those to the town to help have weapons if necessary.
Good idea.
If there's
I
any
mean,
left over.
so you just want to see if there's some laying around? I mean, you can roll perception, I guess, to look
That's
for
with
that.
disadvantage with the exhaustion, right?
Yes, my second roll was an 8.
I'm just gonna roll 2 and take the lowest.
That is one cocked.
I know that was cocked. It was a 10. I also have proficiency in perception, so that's a 10. That would be a 14. So, but it would be a 10.
I mean, it looks like whatever was here got mostly picked up. They just,
Okay.
Jayev is like, well, she took the rest of the company back to town. I mean, we left the camp here. She wanted to protect the town.
Understand.
All right, let's head back.
Let's head back and get some sleep.
Let's head back and let them know.
I agree.
It's sitting at their doorstep.
I'm gonna walk at the very back so I can keep an eye on him. I still don't trust that he was like, "Oh, who are you?" But, oh, wait, I was waiting for you to show up. Like,
Well,
that
I
seems
mean,
sketchy to me.
We came out of the dark.
yeah,
We did-
he couldn't see you right away
did
as kind
scare
of
him.
the,
He's a human, right?
but
So.
it's fair to be
I don't know.
suspicious.
Somebody should be keeping an eye on him.
It's fair to be suspicious.
It's our human fault.
Okay.
I'm just going to keep my head on the swivel for anything else moving up on the group, or if there's any
Okay.
prying eyes.
So I guess the way I'm thinking about this is, if we're trying to be extremely observant of our surroundings, then we're going to have to go slower to make this trip back to town. If we're just going to be passively paying attention to it, then we can go at a regular speed.
Just be passive. We just need to get back.
Yeah, we're currently just worried about getting back at the moment.
Average pace.
At a medium pace,
Medium.
it says.
Our rocket.
There's
Power
only
walking.
so many of us that understand that. Anyway, so
Walk back.
Yeah.
so we're just gonna be passive and
Yep.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you guys make the trek back to town, and JF sort of explains to you that Cudgel arrived and wanted to know, where the rest of the company was, and she explained to him that the traitor that we interrogated gave away that Griganis got paid and paid a bunch of mercenaries, a bunch of the regiment to attack the town. And so, she was right. There were about 10, including JF, that didn't take part. And JF is pretty, he says, well, it's not surprising. I mean, those among us that stayed here are the most tenured, and we're all very loyal to Cudgel. It was tragic. I mean, this is, and those that survived, I mean, wish nothing but hellfire and torturous existence upon them. This is unbelievable. But they went back to town with her, and I just waited here for a while, and hoping that you guys would return.
Oh, we'll need to speak with the mayor and Cudgel for sure.
Indeed.
Hopefully they're still awake when we get there.
Yeah, we might have to.
This is not something.
Yeah, I agree.
might have-
Yeah, we might try to
This is
tell
information
them
best
that
told
first and then rest and everything. Because it's been a long day.
Get everybody out of town.
Do we need to, or do we need to send a runner to
We-
Kalamon for reinforcements?
Reinforcements. There are twice as many soldiers as people in Vogler.
Yeah.
Getting people out is going to be a lot easier than getting people in to
Do
protect
we have
the
enough
place.
boats?
We can send them across the river one at a time. I haven't evacuated the town in a while.
The bridge is partially functional. You're not going to be transporting carts over it, but people can walk over it.
Right. Those able-bodied can walk across the bridge, and then anyone else can be
Boats can be
So-
used to move.
boated.
2 other bits of information. Sorry. So there were a couple of people still in the camp that Grigonis paid that did not have orders to go to the reenactment. And they sussed them out when Cudgel came back, and they have taken them as prisoners back to Vogler. He also sent a couple out to essentially redouble what you guys were trying to do. Learn about, where this could have happened. So he's hoping that they will also return like you guys did fairly soon. So
Oh, those guys are dead.
I hope they were better than us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, yeah, when you get back, Raven and Becklin are at the Brass Crab. And Cudgel is kind of in the process of filling them in when you guys get there.
We're alive.
And so you guys are welcome to share what you've learned.
How, when we arrive, how far into the story is Cudgel? Like, has she been here a while,
she's kind of finishing up her conversation about, like the ones who fled didn't go back to the camp or didn't go back to the encampment. So
Probably.
Death notes right
And so, yeah, so they've been having this conversation, and they kind of have, when you get there, they're kind of having, like, they're kind of flipping into a conversation about how they're going to defend the town. Because with the militia, with the town's militia is mostly decimated, and there's only a handful of ironclad regiment that are there. They're just having a conversation about what are they going to do in the meantime to defend the town, and that's about the time that you guys get there.
So boats.
There.
We should probably evacuate the people here in the town.
Well, let's deliver the bad news first.
Yeah, let's.
Oh,
That would be the smart thing to do, Jet.
Captain,
yeah, but we don't have any.
Oh, you're
good
back.
news
What?
to give them.
The mayor
Yeah.
is like, what? So, I'm sorry, but what news do you bring?
I think we found who your lieutenant got paid by. There is an army 1,000 strong camped north of the woods. No, north
An army?
1,000 strong.
With our favorite symbol.
Was our favorite symbol.
Please tell me you understand sarcasm. Because
Well, that's distressing. What do you make of this?
Well,
Well, that's clearly the army meant to finish off what your traitor started. I think they mean to take out Vogler.
are
And
they
then
the same creatures we fought when we brought in?
We just saw them.
You couldn't see that
shapes
well.
Of people walking around.
Just okay. So we couldn't tell, but
Shadows in the dark.
there was the footprints of the reptilians.
we know
So
that from the
that's what
footprints that there
I'm
were
guessing
a
that
few
they
creatures
may.
that were
you
similar.
know, the
Be part
question
of
now
that.
comes to my mind: what is in Vogler that is so important to send 1,000 strong army to Vogler?
The
Well-
bridge
Three
to cross the
times.
river.
But it's not
Probably.
even
Calman.
finished.
It doesn't have to be.
The bridge doesn't go to Calman.
They can finish it. Yeah, it does.
Could we not, the mayor, could we not draft a letter and send it to the commander of these forces and say that Vogler is neutral in conflicts? We have no.
I don't think we have that choice.
I have this feeling something to dealing with the Knights of Solamnia
I mean, could we not?
is what we're having to deal
Could we
with.
not try to find out their intentions?
I mean, these are the same people who paid the mercenaries to kill as much as your militia as they could. I think their intentions have been made very clear. And
I
it's
mean-
the same group that has been raiding farms in the area west of here.
I mean, perhaps you're right. That's a terrifying thought.
Do you have anyone we could send as a messenger out to Kalaman? Bring word of what is sitting not too far from them. Perhaps they could send out some cavalry to help with this situation. I don't know if we can hold and defend this place, but
Well, I mean I mean, Calaman is. Are you certain that doesn't seem like an alarmist response to them? I mean, I don't want to. I mean, they don't typically send anyone to defend us for any normal. I mean, Becklin is the only representative from there that is meant for our defense. If I send word that we spotted an army, we don't know. I mean, we suspect that we know the intentions of this army, but if we tell them this and we're wrong, that could be very damaging to their trust of us as well. Would you not agree with that?
it could be. But given the circumstances, I think it's better to err on the side of caution here.
If we don't tell them this and we're right, everyone in Vogler dies.
And they now control the throat of the river. And every town downstream is not going to be able to get boats out.
It's really quite a well thought out plan. Although
Vogler-
it's a bit overkill to send mercenaries in first. They could have just marched in here. Why
So
didn't they just march
so
in
so
here?
Well, if they mean to hold the place.
Becklin kind of chimes in at this moment. I agree that we do need to expect the worst in this moment. I also do understand where the mayor is coming from about not wanting to cause a panic. This is a report of an army entirely too close to my home. And kind of around that moment, Cudgel chimes in and says, well, whatever we decide to do, my remaining loyal members of the Ironclad Regiment are fully at the disposal of Vogler. We will do everything in our power to help defend the town.
Vogler doesn't have a wall, does it? This isn't a walled city.
No.
It is.
There is kind of a wall. I mean,
I think
like,
it's the keep.
Side.
Yeah.
It's got the
and
keep,
and the keep,
guards the
Yeah.
path into town.
yeah.
but the cliff is like overshadowing the town.
The cliff is kind of overshadowing the
Which
town. The
means
keep is there.
They can fire into the town from the cliff, and the keep is not in the best condition.
As a gnome flinger, I don't know what you're talking about.
You are our only hope, Ellie.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only
For
hope.
sure, we'd want to barricade the main ways.
Sorry.
You were meant to bring balance to this force.
you and wait.
For sure, we should be
So-
fortifying the town. At least offer token resistance if they are moving in to take the town. But we have a lot of people here who cannot fight.
So
Large chunk that are now injured.
as you guys are, I mean, these are important conversations to be having and trying to decide this. And as this is happening, Lord Baccarus walks into the room.
Oh God.
I'm just gonna punch him in the face as soon as I see him.
I'm going to side on the air of
Are you
try
gonna
to catch your
my
hand.
fist?
I'm going to try to. Because I would love to burn him, but no.
Right now, that's
Everyone
not a
is
good
Until he gets the
idea.
reason,
Stopping
let's-
Ellie from
let's
living her
not
best
try
life
to.
today.
So he
I know,
so he
it's
walks
not
in.
right.
He kind of walks in
If
through
he
the
says
door.
anything condescending, I will gladly let you punch
And
him.
he says, "Well, this is clearly an important conversation given the mayor and our protector and Miss Ironsmile. You're all here. Why was I not notified of this important conversation?"
Are you letting my hand go now?
Yeah, I'll let your hand go.
Go for it.
I mean, you're hold on.
Yeah, I was like, wait.
I gotta be clear about this. He's at the door,
We're not
and
at
you're
the
like
door.
30 feet away, sitting in the middle of the room.
Darts.
So you're gonna throw a dart at Lord Baccarus.
Can I use my reaction to try to give her disadvantage on this attack with my shield?
Oh my god.
I want to be
Sure.
I think you have to be
almost
next to
am
him
tempted to
do
give
that.
shield to the
Well, she's got disadvantage
Killing
too because
anyone who we
the
have
exhaustion,
issues
No,
doesn't
that's
she?
just
Ellie
skills.
will
Oh,
not
just the
know.
skills.
Greater
Okay.
threat
Just
to
skills
deal
to
with.
this one.
Ellie will just look at him.
I wasn't
and
familiar.
go,
I'm not quite.
You're not
fully
important enough to need to be a part
Oh,
of this.
quiet, little
Please
one.
leave. And if
Okay,
you don't
yeah.
leave, I will escort you out myself.
What do you offer to this conversation to make you a worthwhile listener?
Well, I mean, I know plenty about conflict resolutions, and I'm certain that I can be of help in this matter.
Can I punch him now?
Wait,
I would go
hold
to
on,
the
hold on, hold on. Why don't we just send him to figure out what the army wants?
That's a good point. Our
If
Raven,
keen
would you
No.
like to write a
negotiator.
letter anyway?
That's just
Lord
my-
Baccarus, how about a trip?
Oh,
I mean,
a trip
it's
to
an
where?
idea.
The 1,000-piece army that's sitting in a valley right now north of the city. You can bring a letter of peace.
Oh, I'm far
Or-
too important to do something like that.
No, I think you're just important enough.
I think you're
I'm
just
more
the
than
right
happy,
person.
more than happy to
No,
to
you're
pen a letter of.
No, that would be the
Apparently
mayor's
not.
job.
They won't
You're
listen
Well,
to
the
you.
mayor, I'm sure that I can
You
be
just
helpful
said
to
you
the
were such a
mayor.
great person to resolve conflict.
Absolutely.
So why don't you
An
go talk them
ambassador of
down
your
from?
caliber. aye.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Raven, go get on writing your letter. Do you need some paper? I have some paper. I'm gonna pull out. I don't have any pen and paper. Who has
Stop.
pen and paper?
This madness.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Show it.
Why-
What you
why are
doing over
mad at
there,
me?
sorcerer?
He wants to conflict resolute. Let him conflict resolute.
Because he is the best after all, isn't he?
You know what?
Oh, of
They might
course.
just kill him because
I'm so
he's
glad that
not
you recognize.
Fascinating.
Oh, I'm gonna write the letter.
No, you should deliver too, because there's nothing.
Oh,
better
I
than
don't
the
care about
oracle's
your
attention.
opinion. That's silly.
Oh, then you're not the best. Then sorry, I was mistaken.
We still have to decide what.
Does Granny
We are
Rockette
I
have
mean,
something we
I
can slip?
carry
I
a
have
very
a quick
important name
question.
in these
Uh-oh.
parts. I'm sure that all it would take would be my signature. I'm sure
I-
that they would listen to the
I
things that
a
I have to
quick
say.
question: is he by himself still in the front of the door?
Oh dear.
Yeah, he's
He's gonna
standing
burn
there.
his
Color
mustache.
spray.
So you're gonna cast a spell to attack him?
No, color spray just knocks you unconscious. I'm not attacking. I just want him quiet so we can figure out what we're doing.
Antagonizing him, and let's talk with
I'm
the
not
mayor,
antagonizing.
Becklin.
I just want him sleepy.
We're trying to,
Fine,
but
I
this
won't do
man
it.
keeps
I'll do it.
getting in our
Ignore
way.
him. He's not
He
important
won't
enough.
let us.
So,
he will not let
Literally,
us.
just ignore him.
Baccarus,
That
what
is not how
are
you
you
fix this. You
wanting
remove
to
him from the
try to
situation.
do?
Well, please explain to me what it is that is happening here.
We are currently, right now, at the moment, knowing that there is a 1,000-soldier army that
Oh boy.
there's a 1,000-soldier army of what we don't know, but they all have the symbol up of the Dragon Queen.
The Dragon Queen.
Yes.
This is likely also the group that negotiated with
The mercenaries,
the mercenaries
that attacked people
that
inside that.
contributed to the attack at the reenactment. These are the people we're talking about.
Oh,
So they're gonna know your name. That raises other questions.
well, perhaps my services would be best used if I went to Calaman and warned them.
That would get him out of our hair.
we want to send more than him to make sure the message gets across correctly.
Oh, I'll take my son.
Perhaps,
That's what I thought you'd say.
perhaps Darrett could go with you to protect you.
I don't need protection. My son is more than capable of protecting me.
I
Sure he is.
recall we pushed him into the river quite easily today.
Yeah.
It'd
Yeah.
be a great way to show
I don't remember that.
the young
No, I think it was the older one.
What about showing
was
the
drunk.
young trainee how it's done, though? You can absolutely show him just properly how to do
So
it.
as you're saying this, Becklin is like, absolutely not. I'm not sending Darrett with him.
She's like, I like the boy too much. No.
I'm not sending my
I
squire.
just remembered something. I could have casted that spell without it looking like I casted the spell. Meta magic settles.
I don't think that
Well-
hides the spray of color, though.
Yeah,
Mayor, Captain
And I know magic.
Becklin, did anyone invite him?
So the mayor kind of has a way of like giving him enough courtesy that he'll let her speak. And she kind of says, just give us a moment to him. And so she kind of collects everyone and says, listen, whatever we can do to not have him be part of this conversation would probably be helpful to us.
Can I knock him unconscious?
Absolutely not. We don't need any
Not
more
lethally,
violence.
Just
Stop.
Sleep.
I've already seen what you did, and I'm not very happy about it right now.
I wasn't thinking. It was very out of character.
Lord Bacchus, perhaps you should take your son and head off to Calaman as soon as you can and deliver word. Time is of the essence.
Very well. Very well. I'll have our servant bring us there by boat.
Very well. Sail swiftly,
Indeed, this is of the utmost importance.
clearly. Godspeed to you.
So the mayor kind of looks at you guys and looks at him, and you get this sense that she's like a little stunned that you guys were able to negotiate him into doing this kind of important task so easily. So she
We
walks
should
over there and she's
Definitely
like
send
shakes his
someone
hand
else
and
to- I'm gonna wait for him to leave before I say.
yeah, she shakes his hand and says, "This is important, and you know that, right?" And he says, "Of course, Mayor. I appreciate being able to be part of this town, of course. And you know that you're one of my favorites, and you guys know that he's being a little condescending, like she's almost like a kid to him, but she just kind of accepts it as like, all right, fine, like get out of here." And as he's leaving, like he's got kind of this grin on his face, like, oh, like I showed you guys, I'm really important here, and then he takes off.
Lets him have his little
Why the
victories.
fuck is this guy walking around at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning being important?
Well, he probably passed out from this afternoon, and then he woke up just now.
He actually
Yeah, he was
quite
actually
drunk,
drunk, and so I don't think he was
But
at
I
the
do agree with you.
reenactment.
I do agree with you.
Brothel house
What
comfort.
the fuck is this guy's problem?
Going
I'm gonna
to the
find
brothel
out if
house
in the
for
future that
comfort.
it was
Only
right for me to
character
burn
that
him.
really gets under her skin. Congratulations. But yes, once he leaves, I'm going to turn back to the mayor and saying, we need to send someone a little more trustworthy to deliver a more official message to Kellerman about
Well,
our situation.
So she, well, in all fairness, this is something that I think he's capable of doing. I mean,
You think he would accurately, you think he will portray the situation in a way that would lead to a favorable outcome? And
that I don't know.
And his son.
do we have
I'm even throwing in the son.
do we have maybe one of our injured that you trust to deliver the message that could go on horseback?
I
or
don't want to
something?
send an injured with him.
Well, it could be a minor injury. Well, not with Becklin, but if you want just to carry the message out to Kelman someplace safe.
Well, one thing he is right about is he does have a known name. And if he provides a different account than some commoner, I hate to say that because he's really among us, but it would be difficult for a commoner to have a greater to counteract whatever he says. I mean, I think there would need to be a person of stature.
Would your signed letter carry weight?
A signed letter?
If you write down the real truth, would they believe that over him?
Oh,
Since you are the mayor?
probably. I mean, they know that I'm the mayor of this town.
Well, we could let him deliver a letter. At least his name should get it to the right hands if he actually delivers it.
I'm willing to write a letter.
Let's get one.
Only person I could think of with enough stature to go with him was Lady Becklin, and she can't go, of course.
Yeah, I'm willing to write a letter.
No, the Lady Becklin is also from there.
I could
think
have
on
it
top of
co-signed by
that,
Lady
so-
Becklin. I could have it, co-signed by anybody that you think makes
Only
sense.
problem is making sure that that letter gets to the person that it needs to.
Well, co-signed by you, Mayor, Lady Becklin, and maybe the captain of the mercenaries to lend it all the credence to all parts of the story we can.
Certainly. And Becklin nods, and I agree.
And then we should write that up soon and get it out to Lord Bacchus before he gets out of reach.
Indeed.
Okay.
So,
Sorry, I didn't want to sneeze in the microphone. Has snot.
so
all over
it goes back to she kind of leads the conversation back to the this whole situation with the army, how are we going to respond to this? What are we going to do to keep our people safe?
Well, we have a fantastic wall in the form of the river. At the very least, we should get those who cannot fight over it to the other side. If people want to take their valuables and some supplies, keep them going on the other side for a few, well, we don't know if when the army's going to approach, but they're only a few hours walk away from here, so perhaps move them to the other side of the river come morning. We should fortify the main ways into town,
So
so at least we cannot be rushed by the army with no
So-
defenses.
So as all this conversation is going on, and I mean, we're now, interruptions and debates and information sharing and all of these things.
I'm falling asleep at the table.
Yeah,
I'm
we
trying
are.
to-
Yeah,
aged
we're
and
trying.
I'm
exhausted.
seeing the sunlight come up.
Yeah,
I'm not liking this.
we're worn. One of the villagers comes to the door of the Brass Crab and says, "Mayor, I'm sorry to interrupt, but someone has arrived at the river gate, and I think you need to speak with them."
Imagine
A rider. A rider.
the river gate's the one off to the west, right?
It's the one that's right by the keep.
Yeah.
The only real land.
It's
grab.
and the funny thing
Yeah,
is
it's
it's
the
not
way-
like a guarded gate, but normally, but in the current circumstances, they had people kind of trying to pay attention there. So she says, "Well, I mean, okay, would you care to accompany me?
Let's go see who this rider is. But afterwards,
We're gonna.
yeah,
We're
rest.
gonna
We
need
can't
to
keep going
rest.
for much longer. Yeah, let's go meet this rider.
Because it goes on and on, my friend.
So you guys go out to the river gate. Beneath the carvings of leaping fish etched into Vogler's open wooden gate, a human in black and red scale mail sits astride an armored warhorse. She holds out a rolled parchment and calls out, "Who among you speaks for this village?" So the mayor steps forward and walks out and takes the messenger's letter and brings it back to all of you to read it while you're there. And it reads, "People of Vogler, by the orders of Belafine, the voice of Takesis, you will quarter the soldiers of the invincible Red Dragon Army this night. Refuse and die. This is the Dragon Queen's will."
So what was this guy's name? The
Belephaaion.
fun voice.
Spell that again?
Belephaaion.
He's leader, right?
Well, voice of.
Oh.
I imagine.
Voice.
So a
Pretty
herald for
important.
the Dragon Queen in this circumstance.
Yeah, maybe he's a cleric like you.
I
So
have no spell slots available. They've all been used up.
That's why
to
we need to actually rest
so
and level up and stuff.
So he kind of notices once you've all had a chance to read this, the writer does, and says, "You will prepare to quarter our soldiers."
We will give lodging. I'm going to put a hand on your shoulder.
Yeah, until they arrive, no one is to leave the village.
Twitchy McGee over here.
I'm eyeing this person like kind of.
It's a war horse.
You guys did so well with the horses last time.
And you kind of so you kind of as you see
I would like to throw a dart at the horse. And is anyone going to stop me?
as you see this rider, by the way, when they're speaking to you, you can see that this person is like expecting you to retaliate and is kind of has this intent glare on all of you.
So I won't
Are they by
physically stop her, but I will say, if this person dies, it will be worse for everyone when they breach the wall.
We need time.
We have time if we kill this guy.
No.
I do
we
not
will
say this
not.
out loud. We are talking above the table right now.
No, we will not. I guarantee you they will just come faster and with hostile intent right off the bat.
To be honest, I still think they're going to have a hostile intent when they come here. Even
I know, but at least they won't.
It's up to you.
Would you prefer
Full
to have
assault
the
right off the
entire
bat.
village at least partially
Oh,
evacuated, or would you
We
rather
can
have
tell-
them held hostage?
So Raven sort of
we can send him away. In the
hears
captive.
you conversing about how to respond, and she says, "Look, we need to protect the people of this village. Like, we cannot have more bloodshed.
That's what you're going to get if these people come into this town and expect to stay here. If anyone tries to retaliate from them, if anyone tries to leave, they will be killed immediately. So we need to leave, and we need to leave now. We need to give ourselves time to evacuate every person in this town right now.
How do you know how far away the army is? They could have marched through the night and be
We don't know how far.
They
10
could have
minutes
followed
away.
us.
Who knows? I think
But we're
it's too
giving
big of a
ourselves a
risk.
better chance now by getting rid of this guy than if we do letting him go back and having them expect to stay here. They're just going to burn down the town.
I don't know if it makes a
It's
difference.
ultimately
So-
your call.
So, Raven tells the rider, you understand that I need to prepare my village if we are to do something like this, and I need to speak with our leaders. I will, if you will grant us this time, I will return in 1 hour and give you our plan to what we will do. And he said, and so then he responds, "That's all I give you. Any later, and I will consider it a hostile act toward us." So she's kind of encouraging the group to get away from him and have this conversation somewhere more where
He can't.
he
hear
or a
us.
spy can't hear everybody.
I'll take one step back.
So she's like, let's go back to the. She like kind of says under her breath, like, let's just go back to the brass crab and talk about this.
I will be the last one to let my eyes leave him.
So, Beckland's got Darrett with and a couple of the militia of the town, and they're gonna stay there to make sure that he doesn't try anything or do anything. So, you guys okay with that?
It's not that I don't trust Lady Beckland. I'm just going to have the last person with eyes on him.
Okay.
As I'm going to walk backwards until I can't see him anymore.
Okay.
Sorry, I just had this Michael Jackson voice in my head. Moonwalk. Don't mean to detract from the seriousness.
So you guys going back to the brass crab, and I mean, so Becklin and Cudgel are there, and Raven says, what option do we have?
We leave now. Everyone that we can get out of this town with the next hour we have, we get them out now. Raise
So-
them, get them up, get them out now. It
So-
doesn't matter if it's through the river or across the bridge or out of town another way. We need to get them out.
So both Becklin and Cudgel like corroborate the idea that, well, we letting the forces in here, having an occupying force in this town. I mean, they both are like, we know what that looks like. Like, this is,
Based off the stories that I've read, it is not good.
We can
think
burn the town
and
behind us if we have
Town
to.
is lost
but
one way or another.
Cudgel
the people we need to save.
Cudgel says, look, I mean, the remaining Ironclad Regiment will defend this town in whatever capacity needs to happen. I mean, if
The town is now the people. The people are the what need to be saved now. They need to be defended. So we need the Ironclad Regiment, what's left of it, to defend the retreating town of Vogler, its residents.
If you must make a last stand, do it on the bridge so you can cut it behind you.
Well, at the very least, they can fight a rear guard as we pull as many people as we can across the bridge.
At least get
We need
all
to get rid of this-
non-combatants
We need to
out
pull
of
as many
here.
boats, loot up the boats, give them across the river. We cannot leave them any boats. We cannot leave the way across the river, across the bridge, viable for them.
And make
So-
sure.
Becklin does explain to you that one element of this is that there are still several members of her regiment that they're not back to the town yet.
What do you mean?
Well, they went to
The ones that were sent out.
there were some that were sent out, and we're going to need every man that we can get.
They weren't lucky.
They have an hour to get back. I don't.
They-
Either way.
We can't wait for
There's
that.
probably an army just over the hills over there.
They might have already found them.
Well,
We can't really go out and get them.
okay, but an army moves much slower than
Than a guy on a horse.
right.
Well, they've had a fair bit of time to come.
Well, but
back.
they were also encamped. I mean, they're not. You would suspect that they're not going to be ready to move until sometime during the day.
Well, that doesn't stop us from mobilizing the town to leave. In the meantime, what are we going to tell the writer?
Tell
We
me.
need
Only
to
I would
start
like
this
to tell
quietly.
her they can burn in the fiery pits of the abyss, but that's not
Ellie?
what we're going to tell
I
them.
would gladly knock his head off his shoulders myself, but
I would gladly like to bring the hellfire.
something tells me they have eyes on him, and if he goes, a vanguard from the army is going to come in very soon and give us trouble.
Ellie is leaving. Ellie is walking out the door, and she's starting to find the nearest villagers and wake them if they are not already awake. She is going to tell them. If anybody wants to stop her, go ahead. But we don't have time to talk about this. She doesn't have time to talk about this. If you
Ellie.
guys want to take care of making a plan to tell the rider, that's fine. We need to get
Start
villagers
at the
moving.
east side,
Fine.
farthest
And
away
she's
from
gone.
that gate.
It's like that would be the best choice. If you're going to do that, start away from the gate.
Yeah.
That way, at least the messenger won't notice, and if someone's watching the messenger, won't notice. So I do.
You're just around town trying to, you know.
She's going to tell them to start packing and be ready at the town center, whatever that means, within 20 minutes.
Well then,
I'm not sure about the towns meeting them in the town center.
Where else are we sending them?
cross the
Just
bridge,
leave? Or
Would it
grab
be?
as many goods as they can and get across the bridge. Maybe we can.
I have to look at the
Ask
map of Vogler real quick. Hold on.
We can talk to
You
any
take-
of the
take
boat
only what
owners.
you need.
If we can get some of the owners of some of the largest boats to act as ferries for supplies, because we're going to need provisions for the
Where is
road
it?
map
Where
that's
is it?
going on. That's the only city large enough to take this influx of people.
Okay. So,
So we need to start asking people to grab
Vogler's.
So
the essentials for travel to Caledon.
Okay, so
So
here's the
Becklin,
press.
Lady Becklin has gotten quiet during this whole conversation now. And she kind of asks to speak privately with just this group here. She
Ellie
said-
walked out the door.
The Ellie's already gone.
You walked out the door to do what?
To tell the
Go and start
villagers.
warning villagers. We have 1 hour while this messenger is sitting around.
So
and
she kind of
chewing.
she kind of stops you before you get out the door.
Is this bridge the Bogler's Crossing that we're talking about, right? Is the bridge that we're talking about the Bogler's Crossing?
Yes, I
That
know
is
the
nowhere near complete enough
no.
to get
Well,
anyone
the stone
across.
part isn't complete, but
There's rickety.
Mark, you said there was some wooden structures crossing the half-completed bridge, right?
So
So there is ways across. They're not, like, you're not going to get a cart across it with
Yeah.
them, but people could cross it. You're not going to, carrying large loads over that. We probably want to use the boats for stuff like that. But if we could get people organized on the other side, it would be ideal.
so she tells you guys there is going to be no defending this town.
Yeah, we know that already.
And you're right, we do need to evacuate the villagers.
Mm-hmm.
But we, I think, need this rider to believe that we're going to acquiesce.
So let me go and tell other people to get moving while you all come up with a plan.
Let's make sure that he's gone before you do that.
Why?
You don't tell the villagers to leave yet. They can
I
start.
just said that I was going to tell them to start gathering things and go to the town center.
They can prepare things within their homes. As long as
They can
it's
pack.
They can pack within their homes.
They
They
can
have
be
an hour
ready.
to pack, and then maybe we meet. Ask them to meet us at the village circle, and we'll organize evacuation from there after the rider's gone.
That's all I have to tell them.
Jezebel plans on leaving with you.
My suggestion is that we
Cover Mortar.
do as little as we can to alert suspicion
Be as calm as possible. Take minutes.
and show that we intend to acquiesce. And then once we are confident that they have no other eyes on this town, let's get everybody ready to leave.
Fine. As far as he needs to know, all we're doing is telling the villagers to prepare goods and services for this arrival.
Just make it clear that they need to make it. They need to keep their packing activities hidden from the outset.
They're in their homes.
People may have stuff out and about, and if they go scurrying around grabbing things, it'll become obvious very quick what's happening.
Fine. Who else is coming with me?
Probably come and go another part just to spread ourselves so that way it doesn't rise suspicion
And
with the
I
rider
can go
if
try
possible.
and distract the rider. Like, I don't
Well,
know.
I think the idea
No,
is
no,
we're
no.
getting him to leave.
we'll
Yeah.
use as much as the hours we can to send a few people to go around on the far side of town from the gate to start informing people, just to use as much of that hour as we can. If we have enough time, maybe Mayor, we go down to the wharf and make sure see what boats we have available. and make
You
sure that
like
the owners
she-
are willing.
we need to go and tell this guy that we're gonna agree.
Yeah, if we're out of time, we'll go ahead
Yes.
and we'll tell him then now that yes, we agree, and let him go on his way.
So as we're gonna leave to go back to tell the rider, is there anybody that's not gonna go with to tell the rider?
Probably,
Okay.
yeah, me. Ish.
Unless we have reasonable belief that this man is going to start attacking us, Ellie is so unbelievably past the point of listening to anyone at this point. So we need to get the people to leave, and she wants to get that started as soon as possible.
So right about that time, Darrett shows up at the door and says, "Look, he did not come alone. There are at least 4 soldiers up on the cliff top. We spotted them as we were sitting there.
Get me to the gnome flinger.
Can we sneak around? Is there any secret ways, like
Oh,
hidden
boy.
ways up the mountains and a few stealthy people to take out those?
She's ready to cut
spies?
a man right now.
Okay.
I am physically shaking.
I'll burn what's left if you don't cut them.
Because I keep stopping your rage.
Well, let's get the
I'm
rider out of
gonna
here.
I'm gonna try to answer your questions here. So
Oh boy.
Daisy, pineapple, blue.
So, I mean, they're based on the description of where these, where they spotted these 4, at least soldiers. There's really a couple of ways to get to them. You could, if you want to try and sneak up on them, you could. You could climb the northeastern part and sneak up on them.
Yeah, that doesn't look as tall.
We don't have time for that.
You
No
could
flinger.
take a boat downriver
That's a dumb idea.
We don't
and sneak
That's a
up
very
on
dumb
them.
idea.
have time for that. I am small. I am swift. I will
Aerodynamic.
at least take out one of them before you all get
We
there.
have a good few hours, and we just need to take up at least 4 scouts. get up there and take them out as quietly as we
They've
can.
only spotted 4.
There is one other way to get there.
The gnome flinger.
The gnome flinger.
The gnome flinger. Put me in the goddamn gnome flinger. Let's go.
You know that moment back a few days ago?
I'm putting myself in it. It's fine.
Well, I mean, if there was one scout in range of the gnome flinger, sure, but there's 4 of them and they're spread out along the cliff. If any one of them spots the gnome flinger go, they're all going to report that we are no longer honoring our word, and the vanguard will be here right away.
Can the gnome flinger fling larger creatures?
In this
Like,
hour of
could we all
talking,
go
besides
up?
my rage, could I have gotten a short rest?
Yeah, we're still all except for Jet is exhausted.
I hate to say this, exhaustion will not go away from a short rest.
I don't care my
I know,
stupid
I'm just-
exhaustion. I want my key points
I know.
back.
And your hit points.
So, it can fling.
One me, far enough to take out one of them.
It can fling. It can hold one medium or smaller creature at a time.
Let's go. Gnome flinging. Let's go.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we should take
Blanche
a
can
few
take
of
out the
the
scout.
others first.
Or
One
the
at a
rider.
time. We all just.
Blanche can take out the rider. We take out the other 4. Let's go.
Let the rider go,
Yeah.
because that'll slow down the army. That message needs to get to the army, so they have no reason to rush.
Fine. So Blanche can take care of the rider with the mayor and
I'm gonna let
Back
you
one.
continue to plan, and I'm gonna go use the Bobbio.
Okay.
I am getting in the gnome flinger. None of you can stop me at this point.
You will doom us if you go off too early in the gnome flinger.
We're all going. In
I
the
am
gnome flinger.
headed in the direction of the gnome flinger.
We need stealthy people to go up along the cliff. We need to not be spotted, because if they see us trying to pull something,
Uh-oh.
No! Why would it be good? What do you want?
the rage would be like,
What?
she wants to go in
I'm-
the gnome flinger.
I know.
No! I'm a monk!
Nobody's high enough level for that
level
spell.
3.
We're just level.
Level 3.
Yeah.
So
So
I hope that you all appreciate how much we've been saying the
sure,
word
if that
gnome
would
flinger.
work. Well, how?
I could even use a
gonna get us all
major
killed.
image and possibly even be like, hey, everything's all right here. No.
I am not going to get anyone
I'm
killed.
saying is-
I am going towards the keep. I am waiting patiently for the rider to leave. And then I am going to get in the gnome flinger and be flung.
I'm saying is, it might be better
Yes.
if you go to the northeast and start taking them out one by one stealthily.
What's more
I
of a
hate to say this,
surprise
but I would not
than
be
a
a stealthy
gnome
person.
being
either.
I don't want surprise, I want stealth. Because if we only need one of them to survive and carry a message to the army. That's all it takes, and then a vanguard force is down on us.
I'm about ready to slit your throat in surprise if you keep stopping me from doing something about this. I'm tired of it. I can't handle it anymore. If you won't let me help the villagers, if you won't let me do something right now,
You can
I am
help the
leaving.
villagers, but we
And
need
you
to
won't
take
be
out
able to
these
stop me.
scouts. Go help the villagers. Yeah, there's gonna be no help here.
Fine. Ellie is leaving.
We need a force to take out those scouts. Anyone willing?
If lucky, I could take out maybe one of them.
I'm.
Well,
And
One.
that, by what I mean is knock them unconscious.
what I'm saying is we need a force to get up on that cliff
Yeah.
and then start moving along the cliff.
I'm
taking them out
wondering-
one by one.
Cudgel?
Quietly
They
as possible.
are.
Oh,
They
cudgel.
are 4 scouts.
How quiet and
They're
stealthy are some
spread
of your
out.
people?
But what if they end up leaving with the rider? That they're scouting ahead to make sure the rider got.
They're gonna make sure that we're staying to our word.
Why are you asking me
just
that?
out of curiosity, because that rider
If we
does seem like
decide
it's
to
well
try to
protected, but
sneak-
scouts
take
seem
out
like
these
We should
added
take the chance that they're gonna
individuals.
leave someone behind.
right. No,
While letting the
I agree
messenger
with that,
go
but
back.
I just also
To surprise them to
I'm not
where they
particularly
could be
stealthy,
taken out
but I could
without
take off my
having
chain
them
mail
be
and
able
lose my
to
disadvantage on my
warn
stealth,
the
and I could show up with
military.
you, some people up the north side, the northeast side, and start working away
I mean,
along
my-
the cliff,
my
clearing out any scouts we find.
Sneakiest ones are
We gotta do it
already
quickly,
on a
though,
mission.
because we need to get these villagers moving.
Do we know
I
how
thought-
fast
We
the
do
gnome
need to.
flinger flings?
The
What's
thing
that?
is,
Could we all go up like in 6 rounds, or
No.
would it take longer?
The gnome flinger takes 1 action to launch, 1 action to reload, and 1 action to put somebody in there.
Okay.
Again.
I think we could all go up in.
So it would
about
take
6
three
rounds.
3 actions.
Right, but if we have some assistance, like each doing an action.
Are our features of being level 3 available to us, or do we need to wait for a long rest for those to kick in?
I think your features can be available to you.
All right, then I will definitely.
What about the gnome flinger?
no, hold on. I'm also having a little bit concerned about the gnome flinger. Just
What
in
size
general,
of children?
Because honestly,
It's obvious. It's in the open. Anyone
yeah,
will see it go
no,
by.
no,
This is not a stealthy way to take these people out.
no.
So-
But I want to.
If you get
What if
2
the
that are
person
small
being
enough,
flung
maybe?
actually gets injured?
Yeah, you are falling a fair
Why?
ways.
That was also my hesitation of why I don't want to take it. Because
Trying to think
All right,
about the
who wants
children
to
to
go?
save them.
Who wants to go with me up
They
the
would
northeast
get
cliff
hurt.
to take these scouts out?
What did you?
I'm gonna take off my chainmail and ask anyone who wants to accompany up the northeast side.
So much chaos.
Darren, are you up for this? Do you want to come and help take out some scouts? Since you help spot them? I'm taking off my chainmail because I get stealthier if I do that.
Okay.
That's so disadvantageous.
Otherwise, I have disadvantage.
I mean,
and that's an issue.
I
for me.
hate to say this, you still do.
What?
All right, we're all
You're
tired.
exhausted, level 1.
yeah,
Oh,
you're
wait,
still
so it wouldn't matter
exhausted.
if I-
Yeah, you might as well keep
Still
that
dis-
armor on.
I can't get double
let me help
disadvantage,
you.
right?
Yeah, let me help you put that back on.
Does,
Alright,
does, the
fine.
disadvantage, does the double disadvantage
had that
cancel it
exhausted.
out,
Wait a
make it
second.
normal?
Wait a second, sir.
Well, we have to go up anyways. So armor on. Who wants to go with me?
How far away is the cliff?
Weapon.
The gnome
Don't-
flinger will get you there.
Okay. Well, no, I was thinking because I do have long range. I have a long bow.
120 feet, I can shoot things.
Yeah, you could
But the
shoot
thing that would
things from there.
sneakily knock something unconscious, I would have to be within, I think, 30 feet.
Yeah.
Do you want to sneak up with me then?
I
Work
can
our way
attempt
around?
to.
Then let's go. Anybody else want to join us?
I am also probably the one here that has the most HP and somehow still the most awake.
Yeah, I still have like 28 HP. So
Yeah.
and I have some nice features that allow me to stop people from
Would that-
fleeing from me. I took an oath of
Because
vengeance, and I will not see these people.
wouldn't just a quick question, Mark. Because we did level up. We did get more hit points with that level up. Did that
you can
refill
have your
that?
you can't I would say not back to full, but you can get the hit points you gain from the level. Yeah.
Okay. And I did not. Okay, I did not
So whatever
lose
amount
any
of
of
hit
those
points
hit
you were
points.
down, you would still be down that amount of hit points.
Okay, I wasn't even down any, so I was just like, oh, we haven't
And we
rested or
haven't done a
anything
short
yet,
rest,
so
right?
We don't have time for a short rest either.
Okay, so tell me where we're at with. You're wanting to go up the cliff.
I want to go to the northeast and go up the cliff there. And
Okay.
Start taking out
I am
scouts.
going with him.
You want to go up the cliff.
Anybody else?
I want to go there with the gnome flinger.
You want to go to the gnome flinger. Okay. What do you want to do?
since they are kind of I don't know, Blanche, what are you doing?
I think if anybody
There has
needs
to
to talk to the
Take out all
rider,
of them.
then
One of them gets
I
a message
will.
back.
Okay.
If the mayor thinks she
I've
can
gotta
handle
remember.
it easily,
It's not
then
after
No,
I'll
long
go
rest,
to the
I'm
gnome
just
flinger.
phases.
Yeah.
Too many people are talking. What did you say?
If the mayor thinks she can handle the rider, like getting him to leave, then I'll let her handle it. If
Okay.
she needs help, I'll help her.
Okay.
And
I mean, Lady Becklin is gonna go with her.
okay, they should hopefully be able to get him to leave. They're both smart. I'll go to the gnome flinger as well.
You want Darrett to go with you?
Because he saw the scouts, right? He was the one who spotted them? Or he at least knows where they are?
Yes, he did.
Wasn't Garrett also the one that was up at the front gates with the messenger?
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah.
he came to tell us.
Yeah, he
about
came to
the-
tell us. He came back to them.
Yeah.
But there's
so-
other people still there
I
watching them.
know. So
Well, if we keep it a small group and sneak our way, if we keep it a small group and sneak our way to the cliff, we'll see if we can get there without being spotted.
Well, since there is those three going, so I might stay behind in the village to try to help.
Before we evacuate to do our thing, you guys all can make a perception check.
Uh-oh.
With the exception that, of course, if you're exhaustion level, then you will have a disadvantage.
17.
14.
There's 9.
Okay.
13.
Could have been something beautiful.
Everybody that's at 10 or higher,
11. Yep, I got higher than 10.
Ellie's not here.
Yep.
She left.
Okay.
We can need to get going now. Let's go.
Knocking on heaven's door. All right, here we go.
So you're going up the cliff. You're going up the cliff. You're going to the gnome flinger.
I might just try to stay behind with the village.
Stay
s-
behind with the village.
Yeah, trying to see if I can get people moving a bit and their houses to see if they need help or anything. I can move quickly around without truly being spotted.
Okay. Blanche.
I think
Also gnome flinger.
Gnome flinger. Okay.
Blanche is gonna be the one flinging people.
Well,
So
Sorry.
I'd like to like
have your,
grab. There's a gnome that lives there, right? Who knows how to operate
Yes.
this thing?
You see Ellie like just
We'll
about to
need
pull
it
the lever,
for
like
what's going to.
Yeah, I'd like to
Going to kill me? Take your
Uh,
hit points back?
harness or
I cast
recruit
sight and
this
life
person
points.
to help us get
Okay.
up there.
okay.
I'm gonna pick up my mess here.
Cudgel is going to go with Raven and Becklin to talk to the rider. Darrett is going to go and help with the gnome flinger.
I guess I'll just make sure it looks like I'm making
so
sure
far it's just
people
you
will
and me.
prepare for
Two of
the
us, when we
army,
start
but
taking
in
out
reality
scouts, we'll
is
start east and work our way west.
Okay.
I'll be helping, like, look like I'm preparing for the army, but in reality,
So-
Oh,
I'm
that's
trying
not
to get
my
them to
excuse.
move.
I don't really have a lot of spells to figure out what to do.
Yeah, you can scratch off one first level spell.
Oh, okay,
You were in a battle.
that's true. All right, so we'll say.
Oh, wait, I gained spell slots, so maybe I do have spells available.
You can
from the
scratch
level
off a
up.
spell slot.
All right, so I just used one. There we go.
I got one spell. Okay.
I'll say that was a first level.
Did we also gain the hit points or not so much?
What's that?
Did we also gain the hit points potential or not so much?
You gained the hit points from your that you would roll for your level up, but not back to full. Whatever you were down from the fight, you would just be down still that many, but with your boosted hit points for third level. Since we have not had any kind of rest.
Mm-hmm.
15 for
Okay.
No, thank you.
Okay. So you can get to.
Peanuts.
I think the way we're gonna do this is the group that's going to the gnome flinger with Darrett. We'll just thanks. We'll branch off when you get to that point. The group that's going to go up the cliff will branch off to go and do that. And if you guys, so I think we're going to have to figure out if you guys are able to time this up in a way where things are going to happen quickly at the same time. Like, otherwise, you might have one group that gets there quicker and one group that takes longer to get there.
Well, we're not going to wait for them because we're trying to stealthy pro, so we're trying to take out as many
Well,
stealthily as
if
possible.
everything were to go according to plan, you could theoretically kind of have the first, like, the sneaking and whatever would happen, like, let's call it a round behind. The gnome flinger can get them there quicker, is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So the gnome flinger, the first person from the gnome flinger would theoretically get there quicker than the first person that's climbing up the cliff. But if their stuff goes worse or your stuff goes worse, it'll change by a round either way. Okay? So the way I'm going to do it is I'm just going to have one person from each group will roll. I'm just going to have you roll a d20, and whoever gets higher, we're just going to say their group gains a round on what they're, like a round of combat on what they're doing. So, who wants to roll for the gnome flinger group?
You have fancier dice.
10?
Okay, who's rolling for the cliff group?
You go right ahead. I'll let you.
He's like, I'm squishy.
That was a weird way to roll your dice.
I know there's a microphone on the way, right?
What'd you get?
It's like initiative, right?
No, this is just a
flat
d20 roll.
8.
8. Okay. So the gnome flinger group gains a round on you guys. So the gnome flinger group, the first person we get there 2 rounds of combat ahead of you guys. You roll a d20. Okay.
As per usual for the rest of this session so far, that's a 3.
3. Okay. So you stay at the same rate as the other ones going up the cliff. But the thing you're doing, you're still ahead of them. Okay. So we make our way into the keep. You guys meet up with the gnome.
Fan, where are you?
You guys do your Darrett, like, we're going to the gnome flinger, buddy. And we're heading up there.
Let's go. I want to see this thing in action. It's basically him.
I just didn't know how that thing worked, but I have to worry about that later.
You're doing what you're doing. They don't know what you're doing. And you guys you start your trek up the cliff. Now, getting up the cliff is not, like, that's not a problem. Like, you guys can do that.
Disadvantage trying to go up a cliff. Oh boy.
I have no strength bonus, so this would have been interesting.
As long as it wasn't dexterity.
Dexterity would have a chance.
Okay. The challenge that you have is whether or not the soldiers that are up there can see you when you're doing this. And in theory, this is, like, kind of obvious from their vantage point. But they're 2 rounds ahead of you. So, who's getting flung first?
This would be so funny if surprisingly there's already someone in there getting ready to go wee, but there isn't.
You want to go, Blanche?
I'm wondering
I
if
will respect my elders.
if I can, one of us might be able to survive a round of combat alone better, and I'm
Wait,
thinking I don't want to
Did the
explain that
messenger
to your
already
granny.
leave at this point, right?
So I'll go first, and
I can't argue with that.
you
What's
can
that?
join
Did the
me
messenger
and-
already leave at this
I
point?
don't
Like
know, pick up
we
my
didn't like
bones.
kick this off before the messenger left,
No.
right?
So, Becklin and Raven and Cudgel are the first ones to interact. I mean, they're going to interact right away. And so by the time you start climbing up, anybody starts climbing up the cliff or anybody is getting flung from a gnome flinger, by then there's a conversation happening. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know how good you guys are at landing from being flung.
Well, thankfully, I have proficiency in landing skills, but
You're not being flung.
I'm not being flung. I'm staying over here.
Not with flying capabilities.
Not with flying. Not until like I forget what level it is.
Penguin.
Technically, you could be like an ostrich or something.
Yeah, what animal is the best at landing?
Yeah, what animal is
Cat?
best at landing? A cat, yeah.
You should be.
You can you could probably throw the very
Okay.
she could throw
Mark,
them.
I go with you then.
Yo,
Oh my
Flying
God.
squirrels.
Oh my God, oh my God.
Mark.
Can we go together?
Shapeshift.
Flying squirrels technically are gliding, not flying. They don't flap their wings. They don't have a fly speed, but they can glide.
Yeah, I mean, if you make yourself into a thing, I'm sure you could go together.
House cat.
Or you could
Yeah,
go as a
that's pretty
flying squirrel and just
She could become
glide your way
a
there.
honey badger.
No.
Sorry. Oh shoot, I might be looking for Martha too, just in case.
I mean, if you want to go to my house and find Martha for me, that's fine.
Yeah, I will
Take her
because
with
I am just running around making sure it looks
Pick
like
her
I'm
up.
preparing.
Pick her up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll pick her
Call
up.
her a flying
I have animal handling. I'm good with animals. I might have a bite or
Martha
two,
good
but
with people?
I'll do it.
Is Martha good with new people?
I mean, I assume that Martha's met her.
I met Martha when Ellie's actually not around. And I made sure she got back home a couple times.
So,
You badger sister.
so
I'm the badger.
when you
sitter.
guys get there and you are getting ready to get into the gnome
Yeah.
flinger, Than has a quick brain moment and grabs this, looks like a backpack, and says, "Put this on."
All right.
This is a
He
pair.
found the saddle.
It's called a nary crash.
Mary crash.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a parachute, right? Somewhat.
Yeah, you should definitely.
So when you get launched, he tells you when you get launched, just make sure to pull the cord.
Immediately or like as I'm falling or what?
Yeah, just don't crash.
Yeah.
At the top of
Yes.
the arc.
Use your best judgment.
Should I do it? Yes.
The problem with all of this is if I was going to the gnome flinger, I'm level 2 shy of the slow fall thing for gnomes or for bugs.
Okay,
Oh.
so you put on the nary crash, and they're ready. So are you wild shaping to be something little? What are you gonna be? Flying squirrel. Are you gonna have Blanche carry you over there? Okay.
Latch it
So
on.
Little happy chirps.
The gnome's freaking out a little bit because they just
so you
keep
get
turning into this.
so
You're piloting me like a mech.
so you guys that are down there, you see the rider turn and ride off. And about the same, like the rider gets like, a little ways up the trail. And right about that time, you catch a glimpse of a flying minotaur.
Yeah, you can barely see a
All right.
flying squirrel on.
So here's what you do. You get launched. I mean, this is.
You need a distraction, right?
That's a distraction.
Oh my
You
god.
listen.
Cows fly.
You. This is like a 200-foot launch.
Oh my.
So this
God.
this minotaur is flying through the air.
Wait.
And
so
let me tell you
Are
something.
we saying Blanche got launched?
Blanche got
Yep.
launched. Yep.
Orange got launched.
No, that can sound like something completely different.
And I got to tell you, you guys don't even hear the thing go off when it launches.
Ooh, that gnome knows how to
It's pretty
fling
incredible.
that thing.
Especially carrying a
Minotaur.
That's right. Now,
You're screaming.
so you're flying through the air,
No, I'm just thinking Calvin
and you're like, oh, we're starting to come down. All right, so you pull the ripcord, roll a d20.
Oh
A
gosh.
D20, you say?
That's right.
15.
Yeah. The thing pops out when you're about 10 feet from the ground, and it perfectly descends you, and you land right next to 4 Dragon Army soldiers.
Evening, fellas.
I have-
I'm
Great.
a little
Oh,
shaken. I don't
why
know what
do
time
I
it
think
is.
of the Spider-Man?
They have no idea.
If anyone
They did
has
not
played the
see
Spider-Man game
spectacle of a Minotaur
on the
flying
PlayStation.
through the air.
You're just there.
When he goes
You're
into
just
the bank
there.
and he says, "Hey, fellas."
Oh, okay. I think I know which one you're talking about.
It's the newer one.
Sorry.
So, if you guys would like to take your free round on these surprise Dragon Army soldiers, you are more than welcome to do so.
Just gonna
Blind
change.
squirrels.
It's Pokemon.
Can you blind one of them with the squirrel? Just latch onto their
only
face.
with permission. And
With her permission.
Oh, in a heartbeat. Get hacked.
I mean, I don't know what your plan is. I haven't.
Launch me, it works.
She is a flying squirrel.
I have. If I could stop fucking that up.
How long does it take them to get through the air?
Not
I
long.
don't know. She's a flying squirrel.
But, I mean, like,
Yes.
you know,
Oh God.
I have an
The
idea.
thing with the lower
When they
hit
land,
points, it goes to sleep.
like,
Oh
it's
no.
pretty clear
Don't
to
do
you
that.
I don't know.
Treat me like
they're about to be,
If
those,
you see
those
it on
soldiers
her-
are just like, wait, what?
What the?
So,
So I will.
now's your time to shine.
I'll toss Jezebel at one of their faces. I don't know if that's an action or what.
I mean, it's gotta be.
Okay.
I would think it's a bonus
Why
action
don't you
because
just
she's
roll
so
your
tiny.
athletics to see how good you are at throwing a
Athletics.
flying squirrel?
Perfect.
Let's clip that one for Twitch right there.
Flying squirrel.
Oh.
11.
11.
Never mind.
I mean,
Color spray doesn't knock people unconscious.
yeah,
It
you
just
can.
blinds them. Forgot
Were you
about
one of the
that.
ones that was exhausted?
Yeah.
We'll say you don't have
stay close to
disadvantage
me.
because the squirrel's like trying to help and glide the right direction.
So
yeah.
should I re-roll?
Apparently, I'm
or
about to
what?
blind a squirrel.
Okay.
You're good.
I don't even know it.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Get to
the
that
squirrel
first run on
goes
the side.
launching
That's true.
like whatever
You'll
one
probably
you're
see it
trying
on
to
the
throw it
face.
at. That squirrel's gonna hit this Dragon Army soldier.
And
I am
are
still,
these,
like-
the same things we saw earlier with the wings and all that.
They are not.
Well, I know you're
I'm
somewhere
just
close by if
completely
you saw a
shocked.
Minotaur flying
I see.
overhead.
I have finally got Martha, and we both see the Minotaur flying by. We're both looking at each other like, what the? You know what? Screw it.
Move out of my way.
Yeah, these are.
You flew over the moon.
These are just men.
These are just people. Interesting. People can't fly if they fall off a cliff.
Move, bitch. Get out the way.
Okay. So yeah, I mean,
gosh.
you go right at one of them. What are you doing
I want to latch onto it.
with your squirrel powers?
Like just grab onto
Squirrel
it
powers.
The face.
and
Okay.
cast frostbite.
Can you cast a spell as a squirrel?
That's a good question.
I don't think you
I
can.
think you can at like 18th level or something.
I think it also depends on what kind of druid you are too.
Are you just like when you get there? Are you just gonna use that like? What is your wild shape? Is that an action or a bonus action or what?
Well, she changed
It was
before
while
we
we were
got up
before we
here.
got up there.
So does that stay that way forever, or how
That's what
how
I'm
do you
looking up.
undo it?
I haven't played one in so long.
You
Once
can
you lose the
Use
H,
it as a free action, technically. to like just turn back to your normal self?
It lasts like
It's like ending a
your
concentration
druid
spell.
level in hours.
What's that?
If you don't end it, it lasts like your druid level in hours.
Okay.
Hold on.
So you can either
Here.
be the squirrel, or you can, as you get there to latch onto him, you can like
I'm gonna
become
That's where we're
Jezebel.
Jezebel again.
shift back to.
Okay.
I'm gonna double.
So you, right as you latch onto this guy, you just are like, Jezebel.
Okay.
Legs and arms.
Granny Rocket sends her cards.
Okay.
And you're gonna frostbite the guy.
So it says you can stay in the beast shape for a number of hours equal half to your druid level rounded down. So half of
what is the
ha-
DC?
13.
It has
Yeah.
not been an hour.
Yeah.
Fail.
It's been 5 minutes.
Then
You revert if you
Bite it on
unconscious,
your-
drop to 0 hit points, or die.
it takes 6 cold damage and has disadvantage on the next weapon attack roll. Before my next.
Everybody has advantage now.
All right. Disadvantage on
for him.
next attack roll.
Yep.
Okay.
Next weapon attack roll it makes before the
Okay.
next turn.
Are you just jamming out to
Yeah.
nothing over there? Or?
You cannot.
I mean, at least no one has disadvantage on attack rolls. I'm happy for this.
Granny
Yeah,
Rocket
you
sends
cannot.
Except for this enemy.
Can't cast spells or your ability to speak.
If you have, no, you only have
And you're in
skills.
wild shape.
Skills is the only thing you have disadvantage on right now.
Not on attacks.
Attacks would be next level of exhaustion.
Okay.
So let's hope we don't stay awake for another day.
Okay.
That's good. We'll smack him.
So
I don't know that we get to sleep at this point. We still have an entire town to evacuate.
all right. So you took the action to throw.
Good to know.
You took the action to do the thing, to do your
druid.
attack. That was your free one.
Free D.
Okay. Now what we're gonna do is we're going to roll our initiatives. For those that are
Including the
here.
group that we're climbing cliffs.
Yes.
That's good.
Except for me. I'm in town. I just saw a freaking minotaur flying with a badger, a honey badger.
Doesn't care about.
Initiative is a skill.
Yeah,
so
I'm
yes,
down
you
in
have
town,
disadvantage.
like making it look like, you know, if we're trying to watch
I don't know why
us
I'm rolling
to
my
watch.
obsidian ones. I'm not, like, it doesn't matter if I'm stealthy or not now. If we're there.
Is that the more easy on the obsidian is for your stuff?
My obsidian is my darker side of me.
Okay,
the
everybody
red
rolled
is
their
my normal
initiatives?
side.
Thematic, I like it.
All right. So 20 to 25.
What am I adding to this?
Anybody in the
Dex
20 to
mod.
25?
Is it Dex or is it
No.
That's
Dex.
Dex for initiative.
Okay, so the bads are first. Oh boy. They rolled a 20. What, 15 to 19? What'd you get?
It's a little
14? We got a 4.
Four.
Okay.
Figured
15 to
make it
19.
I got a no, sorry. No. Next one.
I rolled a 14. I was waiting for you to go to the.
Okay, so we have a 14,
Also 14.
14 and 14. Well, you're first.
Yep.
I have
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's go.
Blanche is first.
So Jet,
No,
Blanche.
Oh, you are?
I have more decks.
14.
Oh,
Uh,
fair enough.
oh, whoops. I misfired in here.
Oh, Jet.
All I can think of is the
Oh
one.
no, he did. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, Derek comes launching over.
Oh, jeez.
I thought Derek was with.
thing.
I thought Derek was with the sneaking group.
No,
He went with the.
Oh, he went with the
group.
gnome flinger. He was too excited for the gnome flinger. Gotcha.
Garrett get.
Derek got an 18, so he is right after the bads.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh boy, Derek, please don't die.
No, he didn't die. He's fine. He
No, I
popped-
mean-
his little balloon popped out. And
He got-
There was balloons.
I never
Okay.
said there wasn't.
Somebody told me there wasn't balloons in
I
the
said I don't
decoration.
think there's balloons that are capable with helium.
Decoration.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
in
Gnomes-
decorations.
Gnomes can figure stuff out. They're weird.
Yeah, that's it.
So,
That's
okay.
true.
So Garrett.
Yep, Derek's in there. Jet, Blanche, then that was 14,
I got an 11.
I got 10.
and you got a 4.
She got a 4.
Well, you got a 4.
Remember, I had the 14. Jet 14.
Oh wait, so sorry. What? Who was next?
Me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ellie is after Blanche.
10.
Kogan is after.
I should probably write these down just so I can help out here.
And
Lauren's got an initiative.
Jezebel
Ads.
is last.
Well, I'm not in combat. That's why I was like, I could do it.
Okay.
I'm just going to put D.
They're about to take your nuts.
And then
Good thing I don't got none.
Oh, that
About to
stuff,
have less.
all that stuff that was left for hibernation is going to
J.
be taken away real quick.
Blanche. Oh, it's okay. I see. Ditter.
I'm just doing a little bit of.
There we go. We need a loading screen on the DM.
I guess because you rolled lower on seeing the order of when we all.
Okay. All right. So the bads get to go first, but you are going to get there this round. So you'll get up to the cliff and you'll be able to get into the fray.
So the bads get to go, I get to go, and then we go back into initiative.
No. The other people that aren't already in the fight will have their movement during their turn. But you will be able to be there for the combat part if you want.
Just gonna run along the cliff and see if we can find any.
Yeah.
other spots.
You catch, as you're going, you catch a glimpse she's just faster up the cliff than you. So
She's
She left
angry.
early, yeah.
yep. All right, so we've got 4 Dragon Army soldiers. We're going to have the one that's getting hugged by the druid try to do a druid stab.
I thought you were supposed to hug.
I literally got the cold shoulder today from one of my classmates. Her hands were so cold.
Does an 8
Don't
hit
mean a
you?
chill touch?
An
An
8? Okay.
It literally was a chill touch. It was so cold. My
Oh,
classmates'
this is a
hands.
nat 20.
Oh.
December, I died.
No.
Hey, I've got a cool stamp.
They can't, so you're grabbing onto him kind of. So he uses that action his attack is to
Get you off
kind of
of him.
slap at you to get you to get off, and he is able to get you off of him. Yeah, settle down over there.
She's a full-size person now. Are they
Okay.
stopping her?
We're gonna have another one go after the Minotaur. Does a 16 hit?
Just
Okay, so that's gonna be a long sword. It's 7 slashing damage.
not good.
Does a 15 hit?
No.
Okay, so yeah, they swing with this long sword and then whip around with this javelin and try to stab at you, and that one kind of clanks off your armor. All right, then we're gonna have one that sees Ellie get there. Take a chop. Oh, does a 23 hit?
I'm going to stop playing this game after this.
Why?
Yes.
7 damage.
I haven't even gotten there yet.
You did get there.
I got there to get smacked in the face.
Yeah, this is a fight.
And she's unconscious.
All right. Does a 6 hit? Okay. All right.
Or no, she's not unconscious.
All right. The other one's kind of. The other one is. The other one's he reached over to help get you off of the friend and everything. So he's just drawn his weapons, and so he's not attacking yet. Okay. Jet, you will be able to get up to the battle with your movement.
All I need is them within 120 feet to start shooting.
Well, as you're going up the cliff, you can't really see
No,
them.
I know. I understand that. Yeah, Darrett's first
Darrett.
before I am.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he just popped.
Oh, that's right. Darrett
one
is. So
man-
Darrett
One-man balloon team.
Darrett plops in there, and he goes after the one that Jezebel latched onto. Oh, Darrett, you poor lad. Okay.
And he misses.
So Jet,
And he falls down the cliff.
no, he like lands in there, and he like with his sword, but it doesn't hit.
All right.
He got stuck up in the balloon.
So you can get up there,
Yeah.
but
How would that take both my movement and
are
my
you
action?
exhausted?
No.
No, he is
Okay,
not
then
exhausted.
I think in your case you can get up there without having to double move.
Okay. How close would they be to where I got up on top of the cliff now?
Like 10 feet. I mean, give or take. Like the closest one is like 10 feet to you.
He's like, I can
Close
do it.
circumference? Are we on the far northeast side? Like that's the
Like
far
you
east
kind
side.
of had to go over there to like be able to have a path to get up. Otherwise, you'd have been climbing something that was too sheer.
In
All of their scouts were concentrated in one spot.
in this
Yeah,
case,
they weren't like spread way out. They were just up there.
Since
asked.
I do remember saying that I called it a crescent moon from my last long rest.
Sure.
I'm going to cast my freebie of blindness, deafness on the one that is attacking Ellie, and I'm casting blindness on that one.
Sure.
So it is a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
You have to beat a 14.
He's blind and deaf or whatever you picked.
Just blind.
Just blind. Sure.
Ooh.
And I will actually use 2 of my sorcery points to make that a quicken spell. So that turned that to a bonus action. And now for my actual action, I will cast a firebolt at the one that is attacking Blanche.
Okay. Firebolt at the one attacking Blanche.
Missed. I rolled a nat 1.
Yeah. Yeah, you absolutely missed. Why don't you do me a favor?
Yeah,
no problem.
This is just purely
Would
for
you like
my
me to roll the
own-
attack roll again?
Huh?
Would you like me to roll the attack roll again, or are we just gonna?
No, this is just me. This is me taking some creative control of this moment. Okay, so just roll your d20 again, and if you get, what'd you get?
I got a 16 on the die.
All right, yeah, that firebolt goes and it lands like, instead of going where you wanted it to go, it goes into the ground like right at the feet of the guy that you just blinded. And he has like a crazy like, what? You know, like he's freaking out that he's blinded, and
He steps
he's
on
like-
the embers.
the firebolt like bursts right on his foot, and he rolls a 5 on his dex, and he starts to tumble backward, and he goes over the cliff.
I meant to do that.
From a critical fail to a critical success.
I can't even be mad at you for that, for stealing my revenge kill again.
That was. He was
I've
even.
gotten to kill anything that's hit me.
I just wanted to blind it.
All right, Blanche.
Right. Believe we've got. Are any of the other ones within 10 feet of the cliff?
Well, that was pointless to blind that one.
Yeah, there's at least one more that's right there by
True.
the cliff.
Sure. I'll take out my pike, batter down his sword, and then try and run him through.
Okay.
Ah, only an 11.
Does not hit.
And that's it. I think I will. Yeah, I'm just like maneuvering around to keep them within the reach of my pike.
Sure. Okay. Ellie.
Oh wait, no, Ellie. Yeah,
Yeah, you do.
I forgot to add Ellie in there. I'm sorry.
Clarification, because I've
Yeah.
heard it both ways now. Attack rolls are at disadvantage due to...
No,
No,
Skill check.
just skill checks.
just
which
skill.
involves initiative, unfortunately.
Jess, how you doing? It's 9:20.
I took a nap today.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
It's about...
I don't have
damn
school
time.
tomorrow.
What'd we get?
After
Attacking
this,
with
I
my
will
bow
probably
staff,
end up having
I rolled a 25.
Yeah. Absolutely a hit.
Whatever the fuck is closest to me, I don't care.
Yeah.
You almost hit Blanche.
It's the one Blanche attacked.
Great.
making sure I'm at least 5 more feet away from that person.
Okay, great.
Woo!
At some point in time, I have tied the little, like, streamer that I ripped down out of the brass crab. And
The
tied it
crabby.
to the end of my staff.
Okay.
Oh boy. Ooh.
9 damage.
9 damage. Very nice. Yeah. Yeah. Like just.
Oh, no. That one's for Paul.
Well, that one's for Paul. Hit him. Anything else?
Kneecap. That's a kneecap.
Kneecap. Yeah.
That's a kneecap.
Anything else?
Take out the joints.
Yeah, knock him down.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't think I can.
Okay.
You could bonus punch him. I mean, not to tell you.
Did you use up your key?
Right now.
You can do 1 punch for free.
Okay.
I can. That is true. That is true.
Bust that
Do
other
it.
kneecap.
Do it.
You spend a key, it's
You can do it.
Do the punch.
And we're back to the way it's been the whole rest of the turn.
Sorry.
I hate you guys.
I got a 10 to hit, so unless
Sure.
that hits,
No, doesn't hit. All right. Koga.
on the die.
All right. I get up there.
So you also can get up there,
All right.
but it'll take all of your movement to get there.
All 25 feet.
Oh, you have 25 feet of movement?
Yep.
You won't make it all the way. You have 30, I assume, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Well, then can I dash up there?
Yep. You can dash. You can get into the fray. That'll take your action and your movement.
All right. Well, then I'll get.
But but because you're doing that, you can get anywhere on the battlefield of people that you want.
Are we? Who's the furthest? Like, which of them is the furthest back away from the cliff?
The
If
one-
they were to run, who has the best chance of getting away?
The one that helped to rip Jezebel off of the one that's like pulling out the weapons right now.
All right, so I'll get there, dash up, have my hammer and shield ready,
Yeah.
and as long as I don't need to provoke any opportunities attacks,
No.
move towards that guy.
Yeah.
Well, if I can get within like 30 feet of all of them, that'd be fantastic. I don't know how.
Yeah, I mean, they're not that spread out. Like they were ready to support their rider.
Yeah,
So
if I can get as close as to that far away guy and still be within 30 feet of everyone, that'd be fantastic.
yeah, you can do that.
I'll do that.
Okay. Jezebel.
How many of those? We haven't killed one yet, right?
One fell
one
off the
fell
cliff.
off the cliff.
I mean, gravity helps.
Does that put me within 5 feet of anyone?
What's that?
Did that
Just
put me
'cause
within 5 feet of anybody here?
Sure. Yeah, you can be within 5. I mean, Blanche and what did I say? You were attacking the one that was attacking Battlefield of the Mind is harder. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we were fighting one, like the
I
same
had to
one.
move up because the one that went over was the farthest.
Oh, and you went after the one that was going by Blanche, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
So you can be with what was your question again?
within 5 feet
I
of any
need
of those.
within
rest
5
of
feet
us.
of people. 'cause
Sure, you can be
stuff
within
happens
5 feet
when-
of both of them.
Oop.
All right.
I'm gonna make sure I know how to do something
Pretty much the
when
one
you
I've
guys do
already,
come back.
Like
Yeah,
Tag,
you
you're
you
it.
frostbited him.
Yep,
I'll
and
stay
I'm
at the
gonna do it
30
again
feet
'cause he
away from
crits
them
succeed.
spot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or more
So
if
he
need
has
be.
to do another
Get
Constitution
within
save.
5 feet.
And it's, what did you say it
Have
was?
disadvantage on attacks.
Oh, he passed that one.
I'm just gonna make him blind.
Blinded
Can I ask
by
one
the
question?
light. Revved
This
up
cliff is high
like
enough
the
that that
whoosh.
other one that went over is dead, right?
If he's not dead, at the end of his next turn, he gets to roll a con save to regain his sight.
Do you want to go check on him right now?
No, I just wondered how, because
Take a
the
look down
cliff that I just climbed up, I want to make sure that
I mean,
that's
he
high
probably
enough to
broke a
not
lot
be
of bones.
Let me just say this. At the bottom of the cliff are Becklin, Cudgel, and Raven.
And a bunch of irritated villagers.
Yeah, some kid will. come
I
up and,
might
like,
be down there too.
I thought you were
With
running
a
around.
I was running
badger.
around, so I might have seen the
badger.
Yeah, I got the badger. I got the
badger's
badger.
just delivering
The badger's okay.
bite of death.
Okay.
I'm doing this
I just
to
gotta make
save
sure
the
she doesn't bite
orphans.
people.
For the children.
For the children
Okay.
of Jasper.
So what are you doing?
That was.
Anything else? Okay.
That's my.
The bads.
Ha ha ha. Okay.
Try to hit him again.
We got one's gonna attack Blanche. That is a miss. And a miss.
Any of these
Text
moving
it.
to create attacks of opportunity?
No. They're just right there. Yeah. One's gonna
right
attack
up there.
one's gonna attack Jezebel. Ooh. That's gotta be a hit. 23 to hit.
That would be it.
So concerned.
So
about
7 points of slashing damage from a longsword.
Okay.
Attacking someone else. Okay.
Does a 14 hit?
For me?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Then the last one will attack.
No, they can.
Yeah, they can.
The last one will attack the dwarf. 13 does not hit. Does a 20 hit?
Yeah, that'll hit.
All right, that'll be 5 points of piercing damage from a javelin
All right.
poking at you.
Ouch.
Tis
Okay.
a flesh wound.
That's all them. Darrett,
That's but a scratch.
Yep. Okay.
he's gonna do his attack. Come on, Darrett, he missed. Okay.
Garrett,
Jet.
you're terrible.
I believe in this man. This boy will be the victor of this whole entire battle.
Eventually.
I am going to cast
Firebolts.
blindness, deafness on
Another
the
one.
one that's in front of Blanche, trying to attack her. So need another Constitution saving throw. 14.
Oh, this one succeeded.
He'll be dead soon. It's okay.
Okay.
Well, that was an action, and I don't have enough spells, sorcery points to. Yeah.
Okay.
That's me.
All right. Blanche.
Right. I'll see if I can blind him myself.
Step out, eyes.
To the
Stab
eyes.
out the eyes.
Another 11. Man.
No.
I should have said something about flanking with.
Well, somebody's
Ellie.
got to be flanked.
mean,
There's 3 guys
I
around
was-
this one
Sure.
person.
Flanking.
Ooh,
Advantage?
flank 'em.
Sure.
Go for
Oh
it.
yeah. 1.
Not a hit.
Okay,
That
that
is-
hits something else. You should reroll it.
No. We already did our crazy advantageous moment for this combat.
There was a blind person. That was the only advantage to that.
That's why the one
Anything
only
else? Blanche.
No.
Ellie.
Ellie, just so you
I am
know,
providing flanking.
technically
for
that
Ellie.
kill was stolen
Sure.
from me too. Gravity stole it from me.
Yeah, the DM's taken 2 kills.
The DM is
And with
playing.
advantage, you're flanking. With
I get advantage for that?
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
When he dodges left, I poke at his right.
Right, but
when you
That's not a
dodge.
thing that I get. I mean, okay.
Well,
You do.
flanking
No,
Yes,
you
it is.
flanking's
You're
for
flanking.
anyone.
Flanking
is a
helps.
position
I
that the Amazon
literally
would
thought that was
use.
just a fighter thing.
Nope.
No.
It's anybody. If you're you
I
and
could even
your-
be up there with a
For
knife and be like,
rogues.
yeah, I get advantage.
Skeleton battle should have gone way differently.
Some people don't use it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So many spells.
My group is
So
usually
many
quite a big
skeletons.
stickler about trying to slink. Very big stickler.
Okay, well,
We're using Battlefield of the Mind today, so
Whee!
We don't have a map today.
On my mind, I see one person with their feet about to fall off a cliff.
My staff
Wait, that
attack
hit.
is a 23.
Yeah, that hits.
Shank it. Shank it. Real
Sorry, I'm
good.
just trying to be moral support here when I'm not really here.
7 damage from my staff.
7 damage, yeah. You whack him again. Other kneecap, I assume?
Bust that out.
Yeah. Do it.
Honey Badger, the Badger's freaking out over here with me.
What now?
He's not dead.
Nope, not dead. Just double kneecapped, like wobbly.
Wobble,
It's
wobble.
like a fawn.
He's going into his groin.
Oh, sure. Nut punch.
Nut punch on the way
Gnome
down.
nut punch.
Nut kick.
Their AC goes up by 10.
Well, that's fine because I rolled a 19 and a 14, so with a 19, that's a 25.
Yeah.
It is nuts.
Hit him right in the nuts.
Bust him.
Johnny
See how much damage
Cage,
you
when
do.
did you come in here?
What's that?
See how much damage you do.
Eight.
8.
Damage to his nuts.
Hey, I have a question. What does it look like when you kill this dragon army soldier with a nut punch?
Look, Ellie got her first kill.
Johnny Cage wins.
I was about to say fatality. Better now. Are you better now, Ellie?
Okay. She's hit him once in the kneecap with the staff. Hits him the other side with the other kneecap. I assume that he's like ready to go down, kind of like holding his kneecaps, right? So she just gets right in there and middle finger punches his nuts.
Yeah, like One Punch Man, but angrier.
And they just explode.
Wow.
Whoa!
This is one of the serious movesets. Serious revenge.
I'm not sure if I'm happy not to be up there or not.
For all of our male characters, this
I
is the
have
sort
felt
of
the
this is
pain.
the sort of squish you don't want to hear. Like if we had sanity loss in this game, you might lose some right there.
That's the kind of catharsis
That's
she
Call of
needs.
Cthulhu.
Like you can feel it even though it didn't hit you. Is what happened.
Throw punched a guy, crit him, and call it.
She needed that.
Anything else, Ellie?
I think your rage is
All right,
coming to an
Kogan.
end. I hope.
All right, so there's 2 left now. Right?
There's
'Cause
2
Martha
left.
has
One that has
calmed
already
down.
been hit by a flying squirrel
I think the guy
slash
that fell by
Jezebel,
gravity
and one
actually
that
hasn't
has
been
not
well
been
off.
hit yet. That's the one you're standing in front of.
All right.
Is she in flanking position too?
No,
Well,
Okay.
they're
Not anymore.
separated
That
from
one
each
kind of
other.
went and fucked off.
No, not that one. The one she had
let's
latched
do a Divine
onto.
Smite.
Oh, that one.
I'm gonna burn a first level spell slot to Divine Smite. And,
God, that was amazing.
Well, I think Divine Smite,
Oh,
you
the
don't even
divine
have to
rage.
declare it
it's the
until you
next.
hit.
It's the hit. So
Okay.
the next hit's the next connecting hit.
Okay.
I can sleep tonight.
Is that strength?
That makes me wish I would have failed my own blindness
If
deafness
it's
spell.
your hammer, yeah.
That's gonna be a 10.
Well, you get a proficiency plus your strength bonus.
Yeah, it's gonna be a 10.
Okay, that does not hit.
All right.
Anything else you want to do?
I'm just gonna move, so I'm blocking his quickest escape
Sure.
route.
Yep. Jezebel.
And it's the guy, the dude.
There's 2 left, right?
There's 2 left.
Let out the Rocket Fury.
Kind of. I'm going to fling a shudder of ice at him. So let's see if I actually.
You're doing what?
Ice knife.
Ice knife. Okay.
It's getting frosty up here.
I snife, you snife, we all snife for ice knife.
Good job,
The
Evan.
funny thing is,
Say that
she's
5
icy,
times
I'm
fast,
hot.
though.
I used the firebolt.
Please don't set my staff on fire. Okay, thanks.
I'll try not to.
8 is a miss.
Okay.
I don't want that punch from hell.
That was like a full 36 hours worth of rage
So
built
he needs
up,
to make
so
a
it's fine.
dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Oh,
Not to
yes.
What's
involve
the
13.
Yeah. 20 I guess.
nat 20?
Damn. Because that would have been 2d6.
Yeah, he matrixed
Does he
his
take
way
half?
out of the little ice shards.
Take half or
Anything else, Jezebel?
I think he still took damage the last time, even if it didn't hit.
Yeah, it takes half damage.
Still be
This ain't no cantrip.
no 5 damage.
What'd you do?
He still takes half damage.
He takes half
He takes
damage
half
on
damage from
even
the
though he's
explosion
saved.
of Ice Knight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are you throwing
So
this at the
it's-
one that Kogan is fighting, or the one that
The
you
one I've
previously
been-
latched onto?
Yep. He's
Alright.
my dancing partner.
Sure. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay. So he's angry, and he's gonna chop at you.
He's angry. Don't talk to me. I
Chop, chop.
angry.
Does a 17 hit you? Okay, you take 7 slashing damage.
That hurts. I make an unhappy noise. I don't look good.
Then he's gonna try to poke you. Does a 14 hit?
No.
Okay. The other one's gonna attack Kogan. Does a 16 hit? Oh, well, a nat 20 hits.
Oof.
That will
Yeah,
be
those
10 piercing damage. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it'll be.
Which you can just go with the 10.
Yeah, we'll do 10.
Well, I am making sure everyone gets
Okay.
help.
Darrett.
Darrett going after the he's still trying to chop the one that you're fighting.
Poor Darrett.
Darrett!
Yeah!
Oh man.
Can you fuck him up?
Darrett literally got him right through the throat and he goes
Yes.
down.
Go, Darrett.
How do you Yeah.
All in your
He got
left.
he got
I think
max
there's 2.
damage on
One
his
or
hit.
2. Is
All
it
right, one left.
Oh, okay.
So Jet,
I will use my last second level spell slot to cast Scorching Ray.
Scorching Ray, okay.
And I get 3 rays.
I think each one takes an attack roll, doesn't it?
Yes, they do.
Yes. Oh boy. Oh god.
Okay, so the first one is going to be a 22 to hit.
hits,
Second one, a 16 to hit.
miss.
Yeah, let's go screw that 9 away. All right, all right.
Okay.
So I get to do 2d6 worth of fire damage.
Yep.
That's 9 points of fire damage.
All right.
He's on
I
fire.
was really hoping to get all 3.
He's getting crispy. It's like a crispy. He's a Krispy Kreme donut.
Yeah. Fire comes launching out of jets. Jets.
Yes.
All right. Blanche.
All right.
Benny and the Jets. Benny and the Jets.
I thought it was burning.
I think I have to run up to this next person. Are they with?
Ooh.
Are they close to the
Yeah,
edge of the cliff? or
No,
are
they're a
close?
little further away.
It's one of
And
the
you
two.
can definitely.
Yeah, I'm blocking one way, so if you want to flank.
Yeah.
Flanking.
Yeah, if you go that, yeah, you can flank.
Run around behind him. Come on, give me okay. 19.
Yep, that hits.
Woo. Oh boy.
Finally get to roll a d10. All right, that is 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. Yeah, this one is in rough shape, and is probably looking for an exit, but doesn't have one.
That look.
Ellie.
Sup. Such a level of happiness.
Can I also get into flanking by.
Yeah.
Flank. This is a flanking session.
This is a no flank.
Basically surrounded at this point.
He's stuck in between the 5 of you. Oh god.
Trying to run, boy.
6.
25.
Yeah, that hits. I mean, your minimum damage is what?
My minimum damage?
Yeah.
5.
Yeah, you kill him. You tell me what it looks like when you kill him.
That's fine because I rolled a 6 anyway. So it's a 10. I mean, How can we live up to the?
You can't.
No, you really can't.
Is how much of him is on fire right now?
Just a
So
little.
9 points of fire.
Yeah, I mean, just a little bit.
He's just crispy.
Both of his little lizard horns are on fire. There you go.
Not even gonna bother with the staff.
He's just a human. Yeah.
In that case, this is just a person.
I'm just gonna punch him right in where one of the wounds is, like open wounds from the like fire
Sure.
with my own fist while it's on fire. Just gonna punch him anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's
Shove
too
your hand
much.
into some
He
salt.
goes down. He done. Okay. We've gotten rid of the Dragon Army soldiers.
Fists of Fury.
Just do a quick look around, make sure that was all of them.
Yeah. Now you can do some checking, but you don't find any more. So I think from a gaming standpoint, the aftermath of this fight would be a great spot to pick up next time, don't you think?
I agree.
All right. I don't know who's in charge of ending our stream, but thank everybody for watching.
Thank you.
We're going to pick up
Bye.
right after
for
our
sticking
battle
with our
next
rage.
time.
All right.
Thanks for
Can't wait to watch this later.
Oh, and it's never ending the stream without someone throwing their dice on the floor.
That's not going to be me. Bye.
Bye. See-
Sayonara.
Did you
Bye,
say?
everyone.
Did you say see ya?
You little alligator. Wow, crocodile.
Yeah, now Martha has finally calmed down because I think she was embodying her Ellie's rage there.
Yeah, we're gonna find out how well you did at notifying the village.
After like a hot second of the Minotaur, man, Jesus Christ!
There's not.
Oh no!
We're here forever.
And ever and ever and ever. Not really.
No, I gotta worry about it.
Yeah, I've got work in the morning.
I'm gonna work.
Neither do I, but I have to.
Yeah, thanks for coming and playing.